Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about free speech again today because there's a great example out of the United Kingdom about I think he's 23 months old. A little boy by the name of Alfie Evans. Alfie has some sort of horrible genetic defect, and the National Health Service in the United Kingdom, in particular Alder Hey Hospital, has refused to treat him. The parents are so desperate to keep this baby alive, this child, 23 months, that the parents themselves are literally giving him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. They are administering CPR on their own to keep their baby alive. The hospital has decided, the hospital has made the decision, not in consultation with the parents, but on their own. The hospital has made the decision that this child needs to die, that there is nothing that they can do for this child. You might ask what that has to do with free speech. We'll get to that in 1 second. Because the other thing that you need to know about this hospital and socialized medicine in the United Kingdom is this. The government of Italy has given this child Italian citizenship. He now has dual citizenship. He's a British sovereign and he's an Italian sovereign. The Italian government has offered, agreed, and said that they would send a military plane to pick up this child and his parents and transport the child back to Rome, where doctors are waiting to treat the child. Now, all of that's a story in and of itself. And there's so many rabbit holes that we could go down about socialized medicine, Medicare for all, any number of aspects that we can go to. But I want to go down a free speech avenue. And I know your brain cells are going, well, how in the world can any of this have anything to do with free speech? Because apparently people online, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, every social media outlet available, people are expressing their outrage, their frustration, their dismay, and in some cases, they're expressing their hatred for the hospital, the National Health Service, the doctors, the hospital, and the others who just want this baby to starve to death and die. The hospital, Alder Hey Hospital, is within the jurisdiction of the Merseyside. I find that kind of ironic if it's Merseyside. Merseyside. Merseyside, I don't know. Merseyside Police. Merseyside Police went to Facebook and posted the following. We have issued the following statement following reports of social media posts being made in relation to Alder Hey Hospital and the ongoing situation with Alfie Evans. Chief Inspector Chris Gibson said, quote, Merseyside Police has been made aware of a number of social media posts which have been made with reference to Alder Hey Hospital and the ongoing situation involving Alfie Evans. I would like to make people aware that these posts are being monitored and remind social media users that any offenses, including malicious communications and threatening behavior, will be investigated and, where necessary, will be acted upon. I don't have a problem if somebody makes a threat against one of the doctors for failing to treat the child. I don't have a problem if somebody makes a threat against the hospital who's letting the child starve and the police investigate those threats. I don't have a problem with that, because just as you cannot falsely yell fire in a crowded theater, you cannot incite people to violence, and nor can you make credible threats of violence without at least expecting a knock on the door, a phone call or something from the police department. So I don't have a problem with that part of the statement. But the problem I have is the statement that says we are monitoring your statements on social media, and any offenses, including malicious communications, will be investigated. What the hell is a malicious communication? I hate the hospital. I wish the doctors would die instead of the baby. F the National Health Service. F socialized medicine. Is any of that malicious? In this country, that would be protected by free speech. In the United Kingdom, that will get you a visit from the Merseyside police. People have, and I would hope, are outraged by the treatment of not just this child, but outraged by the treatment of the parents too. How many examples do we have to get from socialized Europe? Or how many examples do we need of death panels in the United States? The Veterans Administration, hospitals around the country. Liberals should be very, very careful what they wish for. If you think that socialized medicine, health care for all, free health care, is free or available to all, or that there won't be ways around it, you're actually ignorant. And if you fail to see what's happening in the United Kingdom, I looked at some of the comments, and some of the comments were, well, we should defend the hospital because they're suffering cuts. Parliament refuses to give the National Health Service the money that they need to do a good job. Well, that's because socialized medicine, wherever it has been practiced, always fails because you cannot put enough money into it to treat everybody. That's why you have third-party insurance companies, so that you can develop risk pools, so that you can pay a premium, so that you can be in a risk pool, so that if you end up with a toddler that has this genetic defect, there's enough money to at least cover most, if not all, of the costs. And if not, there are obviously other ways to raise the money, or if you have to file bankruptcy. There are all sorts of ways. But in this case, not only are people upset at the mistreatment and the maltreatment and the malpractice in the treatment of this child, but the other problem is he is now an Italian citizen, and the Italian government has offered a medical military plane to fly the child and his parents to Rome, where doctors wait to treat, and they refuse to let the child out of the hospital. It's not just about free speech, it's about free association. It's about who owns your life, who owns your child's life. The world is spinning rapidly out of control. And it's spinning out of control more and more every day, because more and more people every single day say, we got a problem over here, and the answer to that problem is the government. You couldn't be more wrong.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Heavy traffic along the highways and a few problem spots. There's an accident at the tech center, possible DUI crash. Southbound I-25 after Arapahoe Road. Police on scene there. Running heavy from Hamden on down past the Arapahoe. And a stall on that Commerce City Drive, eastbound 270 between York and Vasquez. A lot of activity downtown. People are leaving the Rockies game, so more pedestrian traffic around the stadium. Heavy along I-25 and I-70. There's a problem westbound, C-470 at 285, an accident working there. Denver's forecast, clear skies, little breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain, then sunny for the afternoon, high of 58. Right now, 62. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KO.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only and 623 exclusions apply. Staples.
You know, in this crazy housing market that we live in, I want you to think about, instead of buying an existing house, why don't you get a brand new custom-built home from the Hall Company? And I know you hear me say custom built and you immediately go to the word expensive. That's not necessarily true. That's why I want you to talk to the Hall Company. They can build you the home that you want so that you get what you want and not what somebody else had. The Hall Company can help you with financing. They can help you find the land. They can help you design the house. They can do everything. So if you're thinking about building a house or selling yours and getting another one, I want you to call or text Dave Hall, the owner of the Hall Company. Go to their website first, denvercustomhomebuilder.biz, denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. Check them out and then call or text him and ask him any questions about custom-built homes. I think you'll be surprised with his answers. 303-669-0531. That's 303-669-0531.
Do you have a rotator cuff tear and are looking for options to surgery? At Boulder Regenerative Medicine, Dr. Joanne Halbrecht is an orthopedic surgeon with over 20 years of experience in conservative and surgical treatments of rotator cuff tears. She's also a renowned expert in regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy and can provide treatment options to help avoid surgery or increase the success of your surgical procedure. Call Boulder Regenerative Medicine at 303-449-8807. That's 303-449-8807 or visit boulderinstitute.com.
Is your garage door making weird noises? This is Dave Logan. If you're having issues with your garage door, call Don's Garage Doors, the only garage door company I personally endorse. I've used Don's Garage Doors in my home, and folks, you should too. Your garage is the entrance to your home, and you want somebody you can trust. Next time you need a garage door repair or replacement, call Don's Garage Doors at 303-738-DOOR. That's 303-738-3667 or online at donsgaragedoors.com.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Are you unable to eat the foods you love, afraid to laugh, afraid to live a normal life, even afraid to go out in public? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here. I believe that you deserve a smile that you can be proud of so you can live your life the way you want, with the peace of mind that you can smile without embarrassment and that your mouth is healthy. At Barrett's Dental, we want to help you get your life back. I invite you to my office for a free consultation where you can find out for yourself if you are comfortable at Barrett's Dental. We offer total dental solutions, meaning we can handle all of your dental care in one convenient location without referring you all over town. If you feel safe at Barrett's Dental, it's the last place you'll need to visit to get the care you need. Is the condition of your mouth causing you to live a life of quiet desperation? Call me. I'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place to take care of all your dental needs, call Barrett's Dental at 303-731-1308 or visit denverdentist.com.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines or grab a seat at our exciting table games, including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Tune in to The Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is The Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show. Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. or Sundays at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. Squeak Services. It's spring. Time for spring cleaning for your furnace and AC, pipes and drains. Check out squeakservices.com for many spring specials. Proven trust with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau with licensed certified technicians. On time, every time with same-day service guaranteed. This is a squeak you'll love and trust. If you have a leak or need to beat the heat, call Squeaks. 720-520-4649. 720-520-4649. SqueaksServices.com.
If you or someone you know is blind from retinitis pigmentosa, there may now be light at the end of the tunnel. Known as the Second Sight Argus 2 retinal prosthesis system, this is the only FDA-approved treatment for end-stage retinitis pigmentosa. Find out more by calling 800-499-7620. Call 800-499-7620 to learn more about an FDA-approved system that provides some artificial vision for those blinded by retinitis pigmentosa. Once again, the number to call is 800-499-7620. Call now. Argus 2 is indicated for patients who are completely blind due to retinitis pigmentosa. Possible side effects that may require further treatment include wound reopening, low eye pressure, serious infection in the eye, and retinal detachment. For more information, including all potential risks associated with the device and procedure, call 800-499-7620. That's 800-499-7620, or visit our website at info.secondsight.com.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We'll battle them for you. Give me a call coming up tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Johnny's daddy was taking him fishing when he was 8 years old. A little girl came through the front gate holding a fishing pole. His dad looked down and smiled, said, "We can't
I can't let go of that last
behind."
story. I told you there were so many rabbit holes to go down. If you're just tuning in, it's the story about this little kid, this little 23-month-old kid named Alfie. Adler Hay Hospital in the United Kingdom. He has, and the details of his disease aren't important, but he has a genetic defect. The hospital has made the decision unilaterally that the child does not have a life to live, and that they are not going to treat the child. So they have removed the feeding tubes. They've removed the intubate. When they intubate, all of that, everything's gone. The parents. Now I want you to picture this, because for all of you yahoos out there that think that socialized medicine is such a GD good thing, I want you to listen closely. The parents had no say in whether or not the child would continue to receive treatment, because as everything else in the United Kingdom, socialized medicine is ruled by the hospitals. The doctors are just mere employees of the government. And so the government has made the decision on their own that this child shall die. And the parents are so desperate to keep this 23-month-old baby alive that they themselves are taking turns doing CPR, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, on their own child to keep it alive. And people in the United Kingdom who wish this upon themselves are so outraged that they have taken to social media to bitch about the hospital, rightfully so, to the point that the police department that has jurisdiction over this hospital has issued a statement that they are monitoring social media posts, and they will investigate, they will come knocking on your door, and if appropriate, arrest you if you say something that they deem to be threatening or uncomfortable or inappropriate or whatever else kind of adjective you want to use. Those of you in this country, those of you who sit there and buy into the socialism crap that the Democrats, and for that matter some establishment Republicans, are pushing on you, you better damn well wake up. That could be your child. That could be your mother, your grandmother. You see, well, the system that we used to have in this country, was it perfect? It was not perfect. But you could at least go out and get some insurance to cover some of those costs. You could also, as many people do, turn to charities. You could go to a charitable hospital. You could start raising money through all the different ways of raising money on your own now. You could do all of these sorts of things. You could even move the child to a different hospital if you wanted to. But in the United Kingdom, you cannot even take your own child out of a hospital to another hospital who is waiting with open arms to treat the 23-month-old because the government controls your child, not you. I don't know why the Italians, who have granted this child Italian citizenship, I don't know why the ambassador to the United Kingdom doesn't march into this hospital and say, you are unlawfully holding an Italian citizen, and we are here to take the child and take the child to Rome, where doctors and hospitals are waiting to treat the child. I learned of a story today out of Houston. I don't have all the details, but I learned today of a story out of Houston where a man's son was on life support, and the hospital was wanting to take him off life support and pull the plug. And the father said no. Hospital said they were going to do it anyway. I don't condone what the father did, but I totally understand what the father did. The father came to the hospital with a gun and kept the nurses and doctors out of the hospital room. He wasn't, of course, the SWAT team and the hostage negotiating teams all showed up. He was arrested. The son lived. We're losing our freedoms in this country. Sometimes it feels like it's a tidal wave, it's a tsunami of losing freedoms. Other days I come in and do this program and it seems like a little trickle, that it's moving at glacier speeds. It's just little inch by inch. It's just an incremental loss here or there, and I tend not to get too upset about it. And then I hear about these stories, and it kind of puts in perspective what's happening in this country. Where on the both on the left and the right, so-called conservatives calling for the firing of a professor at Fresno State because she said some horrible things about Barbara Bush after she died. I thought we protected horrible speech. Yet everywhere I look, conservatives are just clamoring for the firing of this woman. Shame on you. We should relish in her speech. We should relish that she is a dirtbag. She is a scumbag. And we should take what she says, let her say it, and rip her a new one with it. Why do we call for her firing? What is wrong with us? In the next segment, I want to go to Facebook for a minute. And Angie, might as well get ready. Probably get kicked off Facebook in a minute. Facebook put out its new policies about what you can post and not post. Facebook's a private company. They can create whatever kind of rules they want. But at some point, we have to recognize that if we want to preserve the right of free speech, then we're going to have to find other outlets, other social media platforms, other ways to communicate with one another, other than some little tin-horn dictatorship called Facebook or Twitter or anything else. Because if they can do it in, Fresno State or Syracuse, I got a story about Syracuse University too. That'll really make you wonder, because they use the N-word. Oh, heaven forbid.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Crowded highways this afternoon, delays downtown. The Rockies game letting out, so a lot more pedestrian traffic around the stadium. Traffic spilling onto I-25 and I-70. Expect delays. In the tech center, it's an accident, possible DUI crash. Southbound I-25 after Arapahoe Road, jammed up there from Hamden on down. A stall on that Commerce City Drive, eastbound 270 between York and Vasquez. Heavy in both directions. And an accident on westbound C-470 at Hamden, Highway 285. That's slowing down both directions. Denver forecast, clear skies, breezy overnight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, then sunny for the afternoon with high near 58. Right now, 62. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436 and 428.
I know a lot of you are wanting to sell your home and get another one because you either want to downsize or you want to get a different home, move somewhere else. But you have the same fear in this crazy housing market. And that is, if I sell my house, can I actually find another one? Well, that's why I want to introduce you to Bobby Bolden. Bobby's been selling homes in this market for 40 years, and she knows what it takes, the tricks and the techniques to finding the right house at the right price. And getting your house sold, that's not the trick in this market. Getting it sold for the best offer with the least hassle, that's the trick. Here's why I like Bobby, and here's why I think you should use Bobby. When you list your home with Bobby Bolden, she's going to have it professionally staged, she's going to have HD photos taken of the house, and she's going to pay for that out of her own pocket. You ask, why does she do that? Because that allows her to sell your home for 10 to 12% more on average than she could without it. So if you're thinking about selling your home, before you do anything else, I want you to call Bobby and get to know her. She's a great lady. 303-618-2000. Call her right now. 303-618-2000.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Dunright Kitchens, Baths, Windows, and Doors. Here's a sad story. A customer from some years back called my son Todd, our company's president, for some help. They moved and were working with the big boys. The problem? Remodeling nightmare. You know the drill. Communication, deadlines, quality, disrespect, a poor experience. I asked, why didn't she call us? Todd?
To save a little money. And guess what? No money saved and a lot of heartache. Look, in remodeling, stuff happens. But Dad, like you've taught me all my life, it's not what happens, it's what we do about what happens that really counts. When we take care of our customers, they take care of us. And we will never leave a customer out in the cold.
For sure, Todd. So folks, let us take care of you. Call us and get special pricing for select install dates, because this year's schedule is filling fast. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Dunright. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Does your business internet provider promise a lot? Let's hear who really delivers. Comcast Business gives you gig speed in more places. Other providers don't. We offer more complete reliability with up to 6 hours of 4G wireless network backup. The others, no way. We let calls from any of your devices appear to come from your business number. Them, not so much. And Comcast Business Smart Office lets you keep an eye on your business from anywhere. Others, nope. Call 1-800-501-6000 to get internet from the provider who delivers. Plus, add voice and TV for $34.90 more per month.
Offer in 6/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and basic TV on one outlet. Requires Comcast Business Internet at additional monthly charge. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Connection pro restrictions apply. Minimum term agreement required. FL EF 0000279. TNACL 20006. AZROC 307346. CACSLB 1028256. ORCCB 199939. Call for details.
Nothing improves a home like new windows from K&H Home Solutions. And now get $500 off every window you buy. That's an extraordinary deal from a company you can trust. In business 62 years, and a company I've personally used again and again. With K&H, you get beauty, durability, energy efficiency, and value. Not to mention $500 off every window you buy. Call for details, 303-421-7100. K&H was the first window company on my referral list at referralist.com. I've known the owner, Ted Rowland, 25 years. You can rely on K&H. They did the windows in my home years ago, and they've done windows for all my closest friends. Book your own appointment online at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. Don't take chances with your home. You can trust KH Home Solutions at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
I'm Nick Soboleski, a Select Quote agent with a true story that could save you hundreds of dollars a year. A woman named Linda just called. Her husband, Ray, has a $300,000 group life insurance policy, but is changing jobs and can't take it with him. Well, I shopped the many highly rated term life insurance companies we represent and found Ray, who is 41 and takes medication to control his cholesterol, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $27 a month. That's almost twice the coverage for less than half of what he had paid. If SelectQuote hasn't shopped for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-471-9807. That's 800-471-9807. 800-471-9807. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
Hey, I hear the voices of a preacher from the back room, calling my name and I follow just to find you. I trace the faith to a broken down television and put on the weather. Then I've trained myself to give up on the past, cause I've frozen time between hearses and caskets. Lost control when I panicked at the acid test. I wanna get better. While my friends were getting high and chasing girls down parkway lines, I was losing my mind because the love that I gave wasted on a nice face. In a blaze of fear, I put a helmet on a helmet, counting seconds through the night and got carried away. So now I'm standing on the overpass, screaming at the cars, hey, I wanna get
Quite a conversation going over on YouTube about my comment about the Fresno State professor. So let me address a couple of things about it. The professor who has tenure can still be fired. Tenure does not protect you from being fired. Do you think that if somebody committed a murder and was found guilty of murder, that just because they were a tenured professor, that they wouldn't be terminated? Tenure simply means that rather than being able to be terminated for no cause, you now can only be terminated for cause. And that is spelled out in the rules and regulations of a particular university. Some states it's spelled out in policies set by the Board of Regents. Some states it's set out pursuant to statute. Tenure just simply means that you just can't, it's like moving from probation, off probation, and now if you're going to be terminated, they have to go through all of these complicated due process procedures, and they have to show cause for why you should be terminated. So I think a lot of people misunderstand tenure and think that, oh, I got tenure, well, then I got a job for life. No, you don't. But here's what bothers me about folks that claim that this woman should be fired for what she said. If she can be fired for what she said, and remember, Fresno State is a government institution. So what I'm finding is this. I'm finding conservatives who are willing to use the levers of government to fire somebody for speech that they don't like. And when I look over here on the left side of the political spectrum, I've got these cultural Marxists, I got these fascists, I've got these Democrats that want to shut down other people because of speech that they don't like. What if I don't like either one of the speeches? What if I don't like what the left says and I don't like what the right says? In many cases, I don't. But what I do understand is this. You are going down a very slippery slope if you start calling for the firing, the termination, or somehow creating economic chaos or other kinds of disciplinary action for what people say. Because at some point you have to ask yourself this question. Pregnant pause. Ask yourself this question. Who, what is the arbiter of acceptable speech? Pregnant pause. I want you to think about that long and hard. You want the government to be the arbiter of what is acceptable speech or not acceptable speech? How about me? Why don't you make me? Some Republicans would recoil at the thought of me being the arbiter of what is acceptable speech. What about Kanye West? What about whoever's the head of Black Lives Matter? If you start deciding that some speech is acceptable and not acceptable, you have to have an arbiter to decide what is and what is not. And invariably that becomes the government. And I don't want no stinking government. I don't care whether they're controlled by Republicans, Democrats, goobers, yahoos, or whatever. I don't want them deciding what you can say or what I can say. If, whether you are a lefty or a righty, whether you're down the middle or you're off the deep end on either side, and you want speech controls, I would suggest, as I often do for people who think that there's some great utopia to live in if we would just turn over more controls to the government. I want to take you to communist China. I want to take you to Russia. I want to take you to Venezuela. I want to take you to some third world S-hole country. I want to take you to Saudi Arabia and let you see what that is like. We've got to stop thinking with our emotions and start thinking with our brains. There's a story out of Syracuse University. I'm not going to go into the details right now. But some dumbass frat boys were caught doing some little initiation in which they used racial, sexual, ethnic slurs. And everybody is calling for these people, these students, to be expelled. And as I look at it, and I found not only offensive, I just found it plain stupid. I found it stupid because why, in this day and age, first of all, I don't think they really believed. I thought they were just doing it to be smartasses. But they may be anti-Semitic. They may be bigots. They may be homophobic. I don't know. I can't read their hearts. All I can read is the way they were acting. They were acting like a bunch of drunks that were just trying to make fun of everybody and everything. Why do we immediately, instead of just looking at the language and saying, well, I find that offensive and I think that you are a dirtbag for saying it, and here's why it's offensive, and I don't have to listen to it, and I'm going to turn it off, and in fact, I'm going to no longer be friends with you, or you can't be in my little group, or you can't be in my circle of friends, or why do we reach for the government, whether it be a university, state legislature, or a county commissioner, or a city council? I mean, I don't care why do we always reach for the government to come in and protect our little feelings? Everybody in this freaking country needs to grow up. You need to grow up, get a sense of humor, lighten up, and chill.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by
Heavy and slow
Staples.
traffic up and down the highways at the early Rockies game, so very busy. Traveling in the downtown area, along I-25 and I-70, stop-and-go traffic. There's a couple of problems in the tech center. An accident, possible DUI crash. South on I-25 down near Arapahoe Road, blocking up the left lane. South on I-25. Commerce City stretch backed up, a stall on eastbound 270 between York and Vasquez. That's causing delays. Denver's forecast, clear skies, a little breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, chance of some morning rain showers, then mostly sunny for the afternoon, a little windy with a high near 58. Low 70s on Friday, right now 62 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436 and 428.
Hey, it's springtime in Colorado, and you know what that means? Well, it means that it's hail and severe storm season, and that's why I'm so glad to be working again with Spike McCarthy and Golden Spike Roofing. Golden Spike is a local company, and they're dedicated to providing a better quality roof for the money than anybody else in town. I've actually worked with other roofers, and I got to tell you, Golden Spike by far is better than the rest of them. And Spike, the owner, well, Spike's committed to quality and making sure that your new roof is done exactly right. He's not going to be satisfied until you're satisfied. And you know, hail is not the only thing that can damage your roof. Just like the high winds we had a couple of weeks ago, those can also cause problems. And here's the deal. You may have damage and you don't realize it. That's why I want you to call Golden Spike for a thorough and free inspection of your roof. Maybe you've got an insurance claim. Well, again, you need to call Golden Spike Roofing. They can assist you through the process from claim to completion. So don't take a chance on an out-of-state fly-by-night roofer. For roofing done right to the last nail, call Golden Spike Roofing, 303-942-1386.
Do you know what I love about Art of Granite? Price quotes on the phone. Art of Granite supplies premier designer countertops and cabinets. A direct importer of stone, granite, and quartz. Visit their showroom in Golden. Wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets, and from the templating appointment, it takes just 1 week for installation. And when you have the kitchen done, they do the bathroom free. And they tear out everything free. Artofgranite.net. 303-386-5919.
Can we all agree that moms are pretty awesome? Angie, the producer here. My mom taught me how to be strong, independent, and of course, still be a lady. This Mother's Day, show your appreciation by giving your mom the gift of thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier hair. For a limited time only, Ovation Hair is offering a variety of exclusive Mother's Day gift sets. Choose from color therapy, volume, or their one-of-a-kind cell therapy system for an unbelievable price of $42.95. That's over $100 in savings. My mom and I have the same problem. We both have really thin hair. Ovation has worked for me, so I know she'll love it and it'll work for her too. That's why I'm taking advantage of this special price and stocking up for the both of us, and you should too. These exclusive sets are only available from now until May 10th. So hurry to ovationhair.com to save $100 on a Mother's Day gift set. Why wait? Join me and over 1 million happy Ovation customers worldwide. That's ovationhair.com. Do it for Mom.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer any reason to pay 6% to sell your home. Introducing Rex. Rex sells homes for the lowest fee in the industry, 2%. Total, saving consumers thousands of dollars per transaction. With Rex, you get a full-service team backed by technology. They don't market homes the way traditional agents do. Rex uses big data and machine learning to attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total, not the 6% commission your local broker expects. Get started now by calling 833-REX-HOME. Rex can also help you buy a home. Your licensed Rex agent will arrange showings, negotiate offers, guide you through escrow, and even get you pre-qualified for a mortgage at the lowest available rate. Rex is with you every step of the way. To speak with a Rex representative, call now at 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. CALBRE license 100077876.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
Where can you attend a 2-day event for just $10 and the parking is free? Only the Tanner Gun Show. A $10 ticket gets you in both days this weekend at the Denver Mart. Buy, sell, or trade at over 700 tables with the most new and used guns displayed. There's free gun and accessory giveaways both days with no purchase necessary. Tanner supports responsible gun ownership, and background checks are run on all gun purchases. Don't miss the Tanner Gun Show this weekend at the Denver Mart, 58th and I-25. Visit TannerGunShow.com.
If you or someone you know is blind from retinitis pigmentosa, there may now be light at the end of the tunnel. Known as the Second Sight Argus 2 retinal prosthesis system, this is the only FDA-approved treatment for end-stage retinitis pigmentosa. Find out more by calling 800-499-7620. Call 800-499-7620 to learn more about an FDA-approved system that provides some artificial vision for those blinded by retinitis pigmentosa. Once again, the number to call is 800-499-7620. Call now. Argus 2 is indicated for patients who are completely blind due to retinitis pigmentosa. Possible side effects that may require further treatment include wound reopening, low eye pressure, serious infection in the eye, and retinal detachment. For more information, including all potential risks associated with the device and procedure, call 800-499-7620. That's 800-499-7620, or visit our website at info.secondsight.com.
She says I'm walking in a straight line. That's not really her style. And they all got the same heartbeat, but hers is falling behind. Nothing in this world could.
Here's my bugaboo about free speech. There ultimately has to, if you believe that speech that makes other people uncomfortable should be prohibited, the only thing that you can do, think about it this way. If you truly want to prohibit something, there's only one way to do that: by force of law. And even then, that doesn't really work. It just makes it a criminal offense, and then you end up in jail for doing it. Because, as we know from, well, drunk driving, speeding, illegal immigration, stealing of firearms, drugs, whatever whatever, we got thousands of laws in the books, all of which are broken. So even prohibiting something does not stop it. But I guess prohibition makes people feel good. There's a story today in one of the trade magazines. Racist comments spark effort by Missouri lawmaker, get my emphasis, government, to get a radio station's license yanked. Missouri State Senator Jamila Nasheed, a Democrat from St. Louis, says that we should be outraged. She wants the Federal Communications Commission to pull the broadcasting license for 1190 KQQZ AM after a host's racist and homophobic comments bubbled to the surface again over the weekend. In a letter to the FCC, this state senator said that Fairview Heights-based radio station and one of its hosts, Bob Romanek, violated federal law which forbids obscene, indecent, or profane language on the air. The FCC's reviewing the letter, blah, blah, blah. This guy hosts something called Cool Killer Country. He has used the N-word and various misogynistic and homophobic slurs over the years. His show faced another round of scrutiny when, over the weekend, somebody posted apparently edited audio of another state senator calling into the show. Those who know me and work with me know that I am respectful in my speech and respectful to others, said this state representative. This is a case of some things I said on different topics that were taken out of context and mixed together by others to purposely mislead the public. Well, I don't care about that. Nasheed said the station should have its license revoked and the FCC should assess a significant fine against Romanek. Our nation, this goober writes, our nation has witnessed a horrific increase in white nationalist activity, due in part to the normalization and toleration of hate speech. Too often, racist views are turned into violent action through the encouragement of racist personalities like Mr. Romanek and the radio stations like 1190 KQQZ AM. The FCC had no comment, and the general manager of the station offered no apologies. Instead, he said this, quote, as soon as they take the N-word off all the black radio stations throughout this country, as soon as they take the N-word off all the rap stations, on all the comedic routines that the blacks use the N-word, then we'll quit using it. He raises a good point. Now, I don't approve of the use of the N-word, homophobic slurs, anti-Semitic slurs, or anything else. But I defend their right to do it. I absolutely defend their right to do it. And here's a shocker for everybody. Yes, that guy appears to be a racist. And if I take the story at face value, he's not only a racist, he's a homophobic, misogynistic dirtbag. Well, I got a surprise for you. Do you know that there are racist, homophobic dirtbags, misogynistic dirtbags that happen to be minorities? Yeah. They can be just as racist, misogynistic, and homophobic and everything else as anybody else. You see, I support the right. I abhor bigots, but I support the right of people to be bigots. I support the right of people to be dumbasses. Hell's bells, if I didn't support the right of people to be dumbasses, I wouldn't have anything to talk about. But we're reaching a point where on both the left and the right, if we find something offensive, rather than attacking it, rather than mocking it, rather than trying to counterpunch, we just say, well, let's just shut them down. Be very, very careful what you wish for. Because there is a move afoot in this country to do that very thing. There is a move afoot in this country, in both the private sector and the public sector, to shut down speech that is offensive. Look up the word offensive. Look it up. Because what may be offensive to you or to me, I can tell you this right now. You know what's offensive to, for example, my mom? In some cases, it's not offensive to me at all. What's offensive to you, I may find just stupid. What I may find offensive, you may find laughable. The intolerance is the overriding factor for me. I support the right of Black Lives Matter to peacefully march and to shout whatever epithets they want to shout. Just as I support the right of Nazis or the KKK to go march and shout whatever epithets they want to shout. Because if I don't, or if you don't, somebody has to be the arbiter of what people can or cannot say, and I don't want an arbiter.
The Michael Brown Show continues after this.
Need a new roof? Get the best. ExcelRoofing.com.
Hey, it's Michael Brown for Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. You know I've known Mike and his family for decades. So you know what? When I lease a new car, yep, Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. Go see Mike at C470 in Lucent. And remember, just drive it.
Tune into The Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is The Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show. Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. or Sundays at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m.
This report is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
It will be mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 38. A slight chance of some early morning showers tomorrow, then clearing to a high of 58. Sunny on Friday, a high of 73 degrees.
Rocket Mortgage is simple so you can understand the details and be sure you're getting the right mortgage. Apply simply, understand fully, mortgage confidently. Visit rocketmortgage.com today. Licensed in all 50 states, equal housing lender, NMLS number 3030.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
A cold case gets white hot. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Police arrest a man in a decades-old serial killing and rape case.
An ex-police officer has been arrested for being the Golden State Killer and East Side rapist. James Joseph D'Angelo, now 72 years old, was taken into custody in Sacramento, where Scott Jones is the sheriff. He says a few days before they arrested him,
we started some surveillance. We were able to get some discarded DNA, and we were able to confirm what we thought we already knew, that we had our man.
D'Angelo is accused of committing 50 rapes and 12 murders, among other crimes, across several California counties in the 70s and 80s.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. D'Angelo was an officer in the city of Auburn and also in Exeter in Southern California from 1973 to 1976, around the time of the Visalia ransacker cases, police say. That serial criminal tied to burglaries and one killing. The White House continues to defend President Trump's choice for VA secretary as new allegations of impropriety surface, including that he got drunk at a party at the White House and crashed a government vehicle.
The press secretary today saying none of the allegations now raised about Jackson were uncovered in successive background checks.
Dr. Jackson has had at least 4 independent background investigations conducted during his time at the White House. During each of those investigations, Dr. Jackson received unanimous praise from dozens of witnesses, and the investigations revealed no areas of concern.
Sarah Sanders also noting that none of the allegations were raised before Jackson's nomination.
Fox's John Roberts at the White House. The latest Fox News poll released today has President Trump's approval rating at 44%, with 53% disapproving. Last year at this time, his approval rating was at 45%, his disapproval rating at 48%. The same poll finding 55% of respondents that feel political leaders look down on them. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Hi, I'm Darla from Cintas.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. We have so much to do. I need fire extinguishers, right?
We'll place them for you and be out for regular inspection.
Great. And what about my new hires?
We'll get them into uniforms and keep them looking sharp.
What about this first aid cabinet?
Fully stocked.
It wasn't this morning.
It is now. And so are the restrooms.
Wow, Cintas really seems to know what we need.
You said it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
Your yard is not just a yard. It's a baseball diamond, a water park, a movie theater, and a grand banquet hall. Your yard is where memories are made, and you have the best seat in the house with the John Deere X350 Select Series tractor. Now equipped with the exclusive one-touch mulch control system, you can tell your clippings where to go, out the chute, or back into your lawn with just the push of a button. Nothing runs like family, and nothing runs like a Deere. Visit your local John Deere dealer to test drive one today.
KHOW News Time 5:03. I'm Kathy Walker.
If you're an unaffiliated voter in Colorado, listen up. For the first time ever, you have a chance to vote in the June primary election, even though you're not registered with a political party. You can ask your county clerk to send you a Republican or a Democratic ballot, or wait until you get ballots in the mail.
If you don't make the election ahead of time as to which primary you wish to vote in, you'll get 2 ballots, but you can only return one of them. That's a new process. Never before have we sent someone's 2 ballots and said, don't vote one of them.
That's Secretary of State Wayne Williams. More info at youchoose.co.gov. This year's Pedal the Plains bike ride will go to Kiowa, Bennett, and Lyman. The governor says it'll be great.
This year we're going to feature the first gravel ride, gravel road option during the ride. I know, you're imagining me on the gravel.
The 188-mile 3-day tour will take place September 14th to 16th. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Having slow traffic along the highways. Had the earlier Rockies game, so a ton of traffic in the downtown area. Along I-25, Inter downtown, speeds down to the single digits. Very heavy at I-70 Drive, backed up as well. In the tech center, cleaning up an accident, single car crash, south on I-25 after Arapahoe Road. Jam ups on that 270 Drive. Had an earlier stall, eastbound 270 over New York. That is gone. Watch for an accident, westbound Hamden at River Point. Denver's forecast, clear skies, breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, then mostly sunny for the afternoon, a little windy with a high near 58. Right now to 64. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436, ends 428.
your shot at $1,000. Right now, text the keyword CASH to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's CASH to 200-200.
Hey, Mikey.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
One last quick point about free speech, because I see some comments on Facebook and YouTube. One comment in particular that piqued this comment, that if the professor at Fresno had been working for Coca-Cola or another private company, she would have been fired. That may or may not be true, but I think the issue that particular commentator is trying to make is this. The First Amendment prohibits Congress, and by virtue of the 14th Amendment and Supreme Court decisions, prohibits government entities from doing anything that prevents you from exercising your right of free speech. And there are certain limitations, such as the often misquoted general rule that you cannot falsely yell fire in a crowded theater. But here's the bugaboo that I have, and you can obviously agree or disagree with this. The private sector, while they are not restricted by the First Amendment, the private sector is being pressured, particularly by, well, I shouldn't say particularly, that was stupid of me. The private sector is being pressured by both the left and the right, by the cultural Marxists and by the right-wingers. Yeah, I'm on that side. I'm free to criticize my people. They're being pressured by all of these other interest groups to also prohibit free speech and to fire people for saying things that in a different time would have never been a consideration. What do you think has changed? Well, prior to, say, 2005, if I was working for a private company and I said something in a letter to a friend or even maybe an email to a friend that was considered offensive by some people, most likely the company would never know about it. But we've now moved into a bizarro world where everything that we say and do is digitally, electronically transmitted, stored, preserved, archived, whatever verb you want to use, is out there. And so now there is no, you know what I was going to say? I was going to say there's no Chinese wall. There used to be a phrase in the law that if you were trying to prevent a conflict of interest within a law firm, that sometimes you would build a Chinese wall. And I suppose today that's an offense. That's considered a racist remark. But there used to be a so-called Chinese wall between what you did at work and what you did outside at work. And I would venture to say that for most of us, those lines have been blurred to the point that the lines don't even exist anymore. So that whatever I might say, now, granted, I'm different because I'm contractually required to do two things. I'm contractually required to do two conflicting things when you think about it. I am required to be active. Now, I also do this voluntarily because I have a selfish interest in it. I am required contractually to be as active as humanly possible on all social media platforms. We do podcasts. We do Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everything you can imagine. We do it all. I have to do that. I'm also required to entertain. I have to go back and look at my contract, but I am required for a minimum of 3 hours per day, 5 days a week, or as much other as the company may require, to sit behind this microphone and entertain you and talk for the sole purpose. Now, you may think that the radio business is about me sitting here having fun. Well, for me it is, because that's why I do it. But the radio business is about anything else. It's the same as the television business or the newspaper business for whatever's left of it, or the restaurant business or anything else. And that's to turn a profit, to make money. So I have this kind of, on the one hand, we want you to go out there and we want you to get behind the microphone. We want you to be entertaining, funny, controversial, informative, irreverent, all of the things that we brand this program as. And so sometimes I say things that I know are offensive. I just don't give a rat's ass. And fortunately, I have a contract that protects that rat's ass from not caring. But you know what my contract also says? My contract also says that I can't disparage the company. And it does not, I'd have to go, it's been a while since I've read my contract, but I guess I better go back and read it. That I can't disparage the company. Now, does that mean that I can't go to dinner with friends and rip the company a new one? Well, probably means I can, but in the world that we live in, there is a 50-50 chance, I don't know what it is, that somebody records me because they either recognize the voice. In fact, Sherry's probably on Twitter right now. Tamara and I are having dinner one night. And Sherry, who's an avid listener of the program, says she thinks she recognizes me walking in to the restaurant. And she actually tells her husband, change seats with me. Because Sherry wanted to listen in on what Tamara and I were talking about. And then later she came up and she told us the whole story. We had a good laugh about it. And I still laugh about it. But it was also a reminder to me that whereas there was a time back in my days as the Undersecretary of Homeland Security when I was more recognized by my face than I was by my voice, and now I'm more recognized by my voice than I am by my face. And so it's just as likely as not that when I'm out in public, people may pass right by me. But the minute I speak up and say something, oh, you're that guy. You're that guy. So I got to be a little careful. We've blurred the lines completely between work and non-work. And I think that's a bad thing. I think it's a bad thing because too many people, for any number of reasons, contractual reasons, you just want to be left alone, you want to go off and just live your life quietly by yourself with nobody bugging you, or you're afraid that someone's going to call you a racist or a homophobe or a bigot, whatever it might be. We're creating a society where people are afraid to speak what they believe. And I think people are entitled to believe what they believe. Now, I may disagree with them. And if I think that your belief is hashtag dumbassery, I'll point it out. And I'll mock it, and hopefully with logic and reasoning, rip it apart. Let's just all recognize that there are good people and bad people. There are people that are bigoted. There are people that are not bigoted. But they are all entitled to their beliefs, no matter how offensive or how popular.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Heavier traffic out in the metro area. Some slowdowns here in the interstates, but not a lot of problems. Up north of town, a crash reported northbound I-25 approaching Highway 66. Had an issue in the tech center with an accident southbound I-25 at Arapahoe Road. That is gone. Jam ups on that stretch in right of downtown. Had the earlier Rockies game. Ton of traffic along I-25. I-70 is busy. Slowdowns on that 270 drive. C-470 much heavier. It's an accident westbound Hamden at River Point and an officer involved in a shooting, Quebec and Colfax. Center's forecast tonight, clear skies, a little breezy, low 37. Tomorrow, chance of some morning rain, then mostly sunny with a high near 58. Right now, 64. The traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436, ends 428.
Hey, you want to know how to live longer and better? Well, the director of the Center for the Biology of Aging at Harvard Medical School says this: NAD is the closest that we've gotten to a fountain of youth. NAD is one of the most important molecules for life to exist. Well, what is NAD? It's a B vitamin critical to energy production. And now you look around and you'll find that NAD clinics are starting to open around the country because this is the new go-to therapy for mental clarity, higher energy, anti-aging, and even treating health issues like addictions or Lyme disease and so many more things. Well, my doctors, the doctors that I actually use all the time at the Grossman Wellness Center, are now offering NAD as an IV therapy. IV is the optimal way for the body to absorb NAD with the best results. Here's the good news for you. You can get a free NAD consultation at Grossman Wellness through the end of the month. Just call them at 303-233-4247. Tell them I sent you. 303-233-4247.
Do you have pain from knee, shoulder, or hip arthritis and are looking for options other than steroid injections or surgery? At Boulder Institute for Sports Medicine, Dr. Joanne Halbrecht is an orthopedic surgeon with over 20 years of experience in the conservative and surgical treatments of arthritis. She's also a renowned expert in regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy and can provide treatment options to help avoid surgery or increase the success of your surgical procedure. Call Boulder Institute for Sports Medicine at 303-449-8807. That's 303-449-8807 or visit boulderinstitute.com.
I'm an architect.
I'm a doctor.
Music producer.
I'm an accountant.
We're business owners. When I found out that I could download big files.
Really big files.
Huge files.
CAD files.
X-rays. Cloud files.
Audio files.
Zip files.
In seconds.
Not minutes. In seconds.
And that all my employees,
with all their devices,
would have more than enough bandwidth.
I said, wow.
Wow.
Boom.
Sign me up.
That's a dream come true.
Introducing Gig Speed from Comcast Business. With download speeds up to 20 times faster than what most people have. Tons of bandwidth for everything your business does every day. And an affordable price. It's a small business owner's dream.
Now, I'm dreaming gig.
Really, really gig.
Comcast is building the largest gig speed network in the country. Now more small businesses in more places can dream gig. Comcast Business. Built for business. Visit dreamgig.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. May not be available in all areas. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
If you're looking for a new IT provider to support your business, then you need to speak with my friends at Machine Logic. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and Denver-based Machine Logic is an award-winning IT firm providing excellent technical support and guidance on all the latest technologies for business. From Office 365 and network security to cloud computing and data backup, Machine Logic's comprehensive approach to IT will help your business thrive. Visit machinelogic.com today and learn why they're the IT partner your company needs. That's machinelogic.com.
Cresco Restaurant Equipment is having its annual 4-day sale beginning May 2nd and ending May 5th on equipment and small wares. Located at 225 and 6th in Aurora, Cresco Restaurant Equipment, where they have everything, including the kitchen sink.
Is your credit score preventing you from buying a home? Maybe it's stopping you from refinancing to a better rate. Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and I'm here to tell you there is more to mortgage approval than your credit score. So if you've been denied a loan based on credit score alone, well, you called the wrong lender. At American Financing, they offer custom loan programs, down payment assistance, and in-house underwriting, meaning you can expect greater flexibility during the mortgage process. Now, they look at a variety of factors, like your income, your work history, and whether you pay your bills on time. And if you're just shy of getting approved, their credit care team can offer tips on how to improve your credit, getting you one step closer to a customized, competitive rate mortgage, one that's focused on your financial goals. Affordable home ownership is within reach. It just takes a 10-minute call to the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing, 303-695-7000, or online at americanfinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing.
Sorry.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
It's not easy being a mom, but my Chrysler Pacifica makes soccer practice a little more fun. I can binge all my shows with the available Uconnect Theater, open the Stow and Go seating to grab my hidden romance novel, or just jam out to the radio.
Hey Mom, what was that song?
Huh? What song? I didn't hear a song.
Chrysler Pacifica. It's loaded with attitude. Chrysler is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We'll battle them for you. Give me a call coming up tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
I saw the light, I've been baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again, I'm a brand new man. Well, the whole town's talking about the line I'm walking.
Robert Reich is the former Secretary of Labor under Bill Clinton. He's a hardcore leftist. He's essentially a Marxist. And he's out because, you may have heard, I haven't talked about it because I figure everybody and their dogs talked about it, about Bernie Sanders wants to create jobs for everybody, and he wants to create a universal basic income, and he's back pushing socialized medicine. Well, I came across today that Robert Reich is out again pushing for a universal basic income. I had a story in the stack yesterday that I never got to, which I should dig out right now, but I will do it during the course of this segment. I had a story in the POS yesterday about how Finland had a universal basic income, and they have abandoned it because it simply doesn't work. Well, Robert Reich does a 3-minute segment on why we need a universal basic income. And of course, to me, it's like watching a car wreck. I couldn't resist listening to the entire thing. So let's set it up this way. You know, as well as anybody, that during the Industrial Revolution, jobs were lost. The blacksmith that, the farrier that took care of the horses, or the stable that housed the horses, those jobs began to disappear as the automobile came into being. Disruption, economic disruption. It happens constantly. It happens at a macro and a micro level every moment of every single day. You have a retail business. I don't care, you sell widgets, retail. And you decide to open your shop on a strip mall somewhere. And you're doing okay. And you grow enough that you decide, if I only went to the mall, if I had a shop selling widgets in the mall, I can make even more money. So you save enough capital, you get enough widgets in inventory, you find a lease, and you move to the big mall. And then suddenly you find people aren't going to the mall anymore because, Amazon, you can sell your widgets on Amazon. And so now you're stuck in this big lease with all these employees. And now you downsize and you actually go back, not to your little strip mall. You may actually just go to a warehouse. And you got an office in a warehouse, and you sell everything online. And all those employees that worked for you at the mall, that started with you in the little strip mall, went to the mall, they're now gone. Because all you really need is in fact, you probably didn't have a warehouse. You just have your widgets wherever it may be. Let's say you buy your widgets and you have them made, you have your widgets manufactured in China or Mexico, and you have a fulfillment center that all you do is you sit in your little computer, take the orders, have the fulfillment center, pack up the widgets and send them out somewhere. So the people that used to work in the mall for you no longer work in the mall, but they may have found jobs working in the fulfillment center. Or they may have found a job working for UPS or FedEx because the load on UPS and FedEx has grown so much. You understand all of this. Apparently, the former Secretary of Labor doesn't understand it at all. I want to try to go through this entire thing because it is just 3 minutes of Marxist dumbassery.
You see this little gadget? Let's call it an everything. You can't get it yet, but if technology keeps moving as fast as it is now, the everything will be with us before you know it.
Now, what he's drawn a little box on a whiteboard. He calls it the gadget. Got it?
A combination of intelligent computing, 3D manufacturing, big data crunching, and advanced biotechnology. This little machine will be able to do everything you want and give you everything you need.
Now, before he goes on, let's just think about his little gadget. His little gadget, as he said, first of all, somebody has to invent the gadget. Somebody has to build the gadget. Somebody has to distribute the gadget. People have to buy the gadget. And in his own words, as he says, well,
be with us before you know it. A combination of intelligent computing.
Intelligent computing. So you got to have programmers. You have to have hardware. You have to have software.
3D manufacturing.
Oh, you got to have you got to have somebody that comes up with the software for the 3D printers. You got to have somebody that actually produces and manufactures the 3D printers.
Big data crunching.
Oh, you got to have server farms, and people have to build the servers, and people have to manage the server farms, and then you have to have the broadband, so people have to have cable, and people have to have pipes, they have to have all of that sort of stuff. But no, not according to Robert Reich.
And advanced biotechnology.
Oh, think of the science. Think of the intellectual capacity for that.
This little machine will be able to do everything you want and give you everything you need.
Wow, I want that gadget. Gives me everything I want and everything I need. Two entirely different concepts, but he's covered every base. It'll give you everything you want and everything you need.
There's only one hitch. As the economy is now organized, no one will be able to buy it because there won't be any paying jobs left.
Now, how does he get to that conclusion? Because he just described the iGadget and everything that it takes to create the iGadget. Now, if you don't fit into any of those categories, you're not a FedEx driver, a UPS driver, you don't manage a server farm, you don't lay cable, you're not a biotechnologist, then you might be displaced. But that doesn't mean that nobody doesn't have any jobs anymore. This guy is an idiot. He's a total freaking idiot. It's like saying, well, Shazam, now we got computers. Well, nobody has any jobs anymore. But, he's not done.
You see, the everything will do everything. I'm exaggerating a bit in order to make a point about the trend we're already seeing. Even now, we're producing more and more with fewer and fewer people.
Yes. We produce more with fewer and fewer people, but it takes intellectual capacity, it takes manufacturing capacity, it takes marketing, it takes retail, it takes distribution, it takes any number of things. He wants you to believe, or he wants the idiots that listen to him to believe, that the creation of the iGadget happens in a vacuum, and that there's nothing else that happens to create the iGadget. And the iGadget is just going to take away all the jobs and we'll all be free, just dumb, fat, and happy.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, it was a mixed finish for stocks with large healthcare companies, energy, and retailers posting the biggest gains today. The Dow snapping its 5-day losing streak, closing up 60 points. The Nasdaq down 4, S&P 500 up 5. And after the closing bell, Facebook reporting earnings and revenue well above expectations as it made more ad money from users despite recent scandals. And Amazon is focusing on children's bedrooms and playrooms, and starting May 9th, parents can child-proof their Echo speakers, applying the controls from inside the Alexa app. Parents can set a bedtime, and after that, Alexa won't carry out any request. They can also turn off the voice purchasing feature so kids won't be buying items online. Parents can also filter explicit lyrics, and as part of the new upgrades, children will be taught to mind their manners thanks to Alexa's magic word feature. So when a child asks Alexa to solve a math problem, they will not only be given the right answer, but Alexa will give positive reinforcement. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Hillary Barsky.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-566-7906 now for your free reputation analysis. Our dedicated experts and patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-566-7906 to learn more or visit ReputationDefender.com.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Problems off the highways. An officer involved in a shooting at Colfax and Quebec. Colfax currently shut down at Quebec. Try to avoid the area there. An accident westbound Hamden at River Point. Also construction northbound Kipling just after the I-70 bridge. That's causing backups, also affecting the Highway Drive. Interstates are jammed up. It's a busy one. Northbound I-25, an accident up near Highway 66. Exit 243 causing some backups. Denver's forecast, clear skies, breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, then sunny for the afternoon, and be a little windy with a high near 58. Right now, 64. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. Now at Staples, spend $50 or more on print and marketing services and get $5 off your next in-store purchase. Standout materials equals outstanding results. Offer in-store only, and 623 exclusions apply. Staples.
You know, all of us know somebody that's hired a contractor, paid them a boatload of money to get some job done, and then they never get the job done. Ends up on TV with some, problem solver or something. If you want to avoid that and you need your kitchen or bathroom remodeled, then I want you to meet Brian with Professional Home Design. Unlike other bathroom and kitchen remodeling companies, Brian and Professional Home Design handles everything. They put in the cabinets, countertops, plumbing, electrical fixtures. You get the idea. There's no part of the job that they're not qualified and certified to do. And I like the way they do business. You sign an agreement. You actually sign a contract. You get the work scheduled. And then you do this. You go with them to their designer at the showroom, and you select your tile, countertops, vanity cabinets, everything, and Professional Home Design buys those things at cost, passes that on to you with no markup. That saves you money. Best way to do it. Here's Brian's cell phone number. I want you to call or text him right now and talk about doing your remodeling project. 720-369-8998. 720-369-8998.
Like many of us, you live in Colorado because you enjoy the outdoors, but with knee, shoulder, or hip pain, it's hard to do the things we like. At Boulder Regenerative Medicine, Dr. Joanne Halbrecht is an orthopedic surgeon with over 20 years of experience in the conservative and surgical treatment of joint pain. She's also a renowned expert in regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy and can provide treatment options that work best for you. Call Boulder Regenerative Medicine at 303-449-8807. That's 303-449-8807 or visit boulderinstitute.com.
Hi, I'm Darla from Cintas.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. We have so much to do. I need fire extinguishers, right?
We'll place them for you and be out for regular inspection.
Great. And what about my new hires?
We'll get them into uniforms and keep them looking sharp.
What about this first aid cabinet?
Fully stocked.
It wasn't this morning.
It is now. And so are the restrooms.
Wow, Cintas really seems to know what we need.
You said it.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
Hey, if you've been in a car wreck, here's the biggest pain you're going to be dealing with other than the pain that you have with your body. The insurance company. And the insurance company is going to come to you and say, hey, we accept full responsibility. Well, let me tell you something. That doesn't mean that they're going to agree to pay every aspect of your damages. Let me tell you the truth about what the insurance company is going to do. They're going to try to pay as little as possible. That's how they operate. I know this. Why? I used to be representing insurance companies. Well, the job of a personal injury attorney is to make sure the insurance company treats you fairly and pays you what you're entitled to. I know lawyers, and the lawyer that I would go to if I'd been in a car accident would be John Fuller. And the reason is this. He works on every single case himself. He doesn't pass them off to some associate. So if you've been involved in a car wreck, I want you to call John Fuller. 303-597-4500, 597-4500, or online, personalinjuryco.com.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000? Do you have tax problems? Pick up your mobile phone and dial **1234 on your keypad. This is attorney John Buckmiller, founder of Attorneys Tax Relief. We have experts that know how to help you out of the mess with the IRS. We can help stop wage garnishment, levies, and harassment. Get out of debt and settle with the IRS. Remember, it's as easy as **1234. Don't wait any longer. Dial **1234. That's **1234 on your mobile phone now.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I am insensitive. I have a tendency to pay more attention to the things that I need. Sometimes I drink too much. Sometimes I test your trust. Sometimes I don't know why you stay with me. I'm hard to love, oh, I don't make it easy. Well, I couldn't do it if I stood where you stood. I'm hard to love, and you say that you need me. Well, I don't deserve it, but I love that you love me good.
All right, back to Robert Wright. So he's just described this thing that he calls an eye gadget. The eye gadget, if you, and I know it's fantasy, but his point being, there's going to be some sort of device, or as we move more and more into the information economy, as opposed to the industrial economy, there will be economic disruption. But what he wants you to believe is that nobody's going to have a job. And that's simply not the case, because whether it's an eye gadget, whether it's driverless cars, because all these business models are changing. Think about car dealerships. I read stories that predict that car dealerships won't exist in the form they exist in today in as little as 5 or 10 years, because none of us will own a car. We will, in essence, freelance a car. Just get a car to use just when we need. Now, I have a hard time envisioning that, because I like the freedom that having a car in my garage so that on a moment's notice I can go wherever I want to, whenever I want to, but that's the model that some people believe is coming. No matter what, no matter how much of an information economy we move to, we still need to eat, we still need to transport, we still need to clothe, we still need medical, we still need everything that you can imagine. We still need all of those things. We are human beings, and none of those needs change. Just the production of the products or services that satisfy those needs will be changing. Well, he continues because he has a brilliant idea.
Internet sales are on the way to replacing millions of retail workers. Diagnostic apps will be replacing hundreds of thousands of healthcare workers. Self-driving cars and trucks will replace 5 million drivers.
Where would you like to go?
Researchers estimate that
everything he just described, I believe, is true. Who develops the apps? Who manufactures the cars? Who writes the software? Who does all of those things? You see, he's trying to create this false belief that we'll live in a world where nobody has to do any work. Well, to live in that world, somebody has to do something. I still want to eat. I still want a house. I still want shelter. I still want transportation. I still want communication. I still want all of these things. And it's just that the nature of the work is changing, not that work is disappearing.
Almost half of all U.S. jobs are at risk of being automated in the next 2 decades.
And that automation in and of itself requires what? Well, it requires software developers, it requires hardware, it's going to require engineers, it's going to require any number of jobs that will increase the number of those kinds of jobs, while, yes, it may decrease the other kind of jobs, but that happens right now, everywhere.
Now, this isn't necessarily bad. The economy we're heading toward could offer millions of people more free time to do what they want instead of what they have to do to earn a living. But to make this work, we'll have to figure out some way to recirculate the money from the relatively few people who do very well in the economy of the I-everything to the rest of us who will want to buy the I-everythings.
Wait a minute. So those of us who want to buy the I-everythings, I guess none of us will have jobs. We won't be doing anything. Well, wait a minute. I'd like to buy one of those I-gadgets. I'd like to be able to just sit on my lard ass and not do anything and have everything provided to me. But I need money to do that. So I've got to adapt. I've got, it's just like on radio. I've told you this business is changing. Why do you think we do all of this? Why do you think I push the podcast and all the social media and YouTube and Facebook and everything else? Because I know that what I'm doing is delivering content. Content is my product. I still have to manufacture the content, which is what I do every day. But Robert Reich believes that we're all going to live in some fantasy land where I guess there's just going to be a handful of people that have all of the money, that do all of the work, and then the rest of us lard asses just sit around because we got all this free time now. And remember Nancy Pelosi said that if we had socialized medicine, that would allow artists to be artists? Well, I guess I'll just be an artist or something. I don't know. Always thought I'd make a great rock and roll singer or a first baseman. Yeah.
One possible answer, a universal basic income.
Boom! There it is. Redistribution of wealth. So that all of those other people that are working to create, manufacture, distribute, sell, market the iGadget, they have to take part of their money and give it to the lard asses like me that just want to sit around and not do anything. Jiminy Christmas.
Possibly financed out of the profits going to labor replacing innovations. The idea of a universal basic income historically has had support from people on both the left and the right. In the 1970s, President Nixon proposed a similar concept for the United States, and it even passed the House of Representatives.
I therefore propose that we abolish the present welfare system, and a basic federal minimum would be provided.
And in theory, you see, he's conflating two issues. He sets it up as if this is going to be for everybody. What Nixon was talking about was eliminating the welfare system entirely. No more food stamps, no more unemployment insurance, no more welfare of any kind. And instead, you just get a check and then you're on your own. There is no political will to do that. And I guarantee you that if we tried it, we would end up like Finland. Because there would be some sob story somewhere about some one individual, and the next thing you know, somebody would introduce a bill that says, you know what, we didn't think about this unintended consequence, so we need a government program that will redistribute some tax money from those hardworking Americans to those who are sitting on their lard asses like Michael Brown not doing anything because he's got an iGadget, and we're right back to the same cycle we're in now. Finland next.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Problems off the highways. An officer involved in a shooting at Colfax and Quebec. Colfax currently shut down at Quebec. Try to avoid the area there. An accident westbound Hamden at River Point. Also construction northbound Kipling just after the I-70 bridge. That's causing backups, also affecting the highway drive. Interstates are jammed up. It's a busy one. Northbound I-25, an accident up near Highway 66, exit 243, causing some backups. Then with forecast, clear skies, breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, then sunny for the afternoon, and be a little windy with a high near 58. Right now, 64. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHEL.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436 and 428.
You know, in this crazy housing market, instead of buying an existing house, why don't you get a brand new custom-built home from the Hall Company? And I know you hear these spots, and you hear me say the word custom, and you think expensive. That's why I want you to call Dave Hall and actually have a conversation with him about what he can do. Because you might actually be able to build a custom-built home and end up getting what you want and not what somebody else had. I love that phrase because that's really the essence of a custom-built home. I want you to go check out their work. Check out this website, denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. Just check it out, denvercustomhomebuilder.biz. And then I want you to call or text Dave Hall. He'll answer his phone. He'll answer any questions you have about custom-built homes. He's a great guy. Call or text him at 303-669-0531. That's 303-669-0531. And, you know, just have a conversation about the dream home that you've always wanted.
If you plan on buying or selling a home, listen to this important message from Rex. There's no longer any reason to pay 6% to sell your home. Introducing Rex. Rex sells homes for the lowest fee in the industry, 2% total, saving consumers thousands of dollars per transaction. With Rex, you get a full-service team backed by technology. They don't market homes the way traditional agents do. Rex uses big data and machine learning to attract hundreds of qualified buyers directly to your home the moment it goes on the market. And Rex Real Estate charges only 2% total, not the 6% commission your local broker expects. Get started now by calling 833-REX-HOME. Rex can also help you buy a home. Your licensed Rex agent will arrange showings, negotiate offers, guide you through escrow, and even get you pre-qualified for a mortgage at the lowest available rate. Rex is with you every step of the way. To speak with a Rex representative, call now at 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. CALBRE license 100077876.
You and I both know that every gun that we buy at a gun store is a gun that's built for the masses. And you're probably like me. You want something custom made or altered in a way so that the gun fits exactly what you're looking for. And that's where Gunsmith at Large comes in. Parker Wiley owns Gunsmith at Large, and not only does he love what he does, he serves his country, and he is one of us. Are you shooting and finding that what you're shooting is uncomfortable? Maybe you need to install a proper recoil pad. Maybe you need to have your stock fit to your body. Maybe you need to add a porting or a muzzle brake so that your firearm is not only more comfortable, but its accuracy and its beauty is enhanced. Gunsmith at Large works on all types of firearms, whether it's an ornate over-under shotgun or the most tactic tool modern sporting rifle. So call Gunsmith at Large and talk to Parker yourself. You're going to love this guy and his work. 720-662-7156. 720-662-7156.
Posting your job opening to an online job search site is like drinking from a fire hose. You get more resumes than you know what to do with. Robert Half is the better way to hire. Our candidates are interviewed and custom matched to your exact hiring requirements. Quickly, satisfaction guaranteed. So what you need is just what you'll get. Robert Half, the experts in accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, and administrative staffing. Learn more at roberthalf.com/radio.
Squeak Services. It's spring. Time for spring cleaning for your furnace and AC, pipes and drains. Check out squeakservices.com for many spring specials. Proven trust with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau with licensed certified technicians. On time, every time with same-day service guaranteed. This is a squeak you'll love and trust. If you have a leak or need to beat the heat, call Squeaks. 720-520-4649. 720-520-4649. SqueaksServices.com.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free legal advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines or grab a seat at our exciting table games, including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Next. You're holding up the line, ma'am. What did you say? You're next in line for the water slide, ma'am. Feet forward and enjoy the ride.
Okay, dearie. This does look fun. Whee-oh! You melted me. I've melted.
The Wicked Witch of the West on a water slide? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much you could save by switching to Geico.
See what you've done. Oh!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
You may not believe it,
You are lying to me right now.
but it's actually really easy to win.
It was pretty easy.
$1,000.
That is crazy.
It's the 16K a day giveaway. Listen every hour at 5 past the hour. Weekdays 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. on 630 KHOW. Brought to you by Wind River Spas. Making hot tubs for 40 years since 1978. A local manufacturer made in Colorado for Colorado. Wind River Spas. Made with one goal in mind. A durable, high-quality tub you can use for years. WindRiverSpas.com.
30,000 feet above the city where I fell in love with you. And the big and country skyline brings an urban lullaby that still rings true. When I passed you on the street that day, should've let that red sky fly away like any chance I had of keeping you. Like the northern wind a blowing, yeah, my lonely heart was frozen. Never knew I'd find a way to break yours too. Where the wind blows, babe, you can bet I'll be riding high with it, holding on for my dear life just like I always
I'll be
did.
riding high because I don't have to work. I got me some UBI. Riding high with my UBI. Angie, we should go in the country music business. I'm riding high on my UBI. What do you think? Makings of a song right there, don't you think?
I like alternative more.
Well, I'm not much of an alternative guy. I'm more of
Okay, well, I guess this is where our paths split.
Yeah, I guess it's over, isn't it? Guess that's it. Well, I'll be sitting on my fat ass enjoying my universal basic income, and you'll be trying to come up with alternative music. Be a miserable failure.
Now I'll be a starving artist. Every time you pass by me,
Kind of like right now, you're a starving producer. You'll just switch over from being a starving producer to a starving artist. Brilliant move. That's a career path. You should go into career guidance counseling or something.
I'm not really going down, so
That's what you call a lateral. I go from
Exactly.
starving to starving. Just one kind of starving to another kind of starving. She just got a big fat raise. She's making more money than I am now. It's disgusting.
lies.
She's making, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
That's why I have this crown.
That's right. That's how you were able to afford to go to Burger King finally, was you got a raise. And to celebrate, you went to Burger King and you got the double Whopper or whatever they call it.
With fries.
With fries, that's right. But you had to bring your own drink, but you just got a water, right?
Yeah, I just
Have you ever seen people that do that? They walk into the fast food restaurant and they order like the gigantic everything, the super burger, and I want the gigantic fries. Oh, and can I have a cup for water too?
I just get the water.
Just the water?
I don't drink soda, so I just get water.
Yeah, but
bottled
you do.
water.
But you do that for. I think some people do it because they're just cheap asses. They spend all their money on the ginormous hamburger and the bazillion-pound box of fries. Robert Reich, Universal Basic Income.
The idea is getting some traction again. Some think it could be superior to welfare or other kinds of public assistance because a universal basic income doesn't tell people what to spend the assistance on, and everyone qualifies. In recent years, evidence... Everyone qualifies.
Oh, man. you guys wouldn't have to put up with me anymore. Nope. I'd just take my UBI and I'd go home. And the hammer would shoot me within 2 weeks.
Evidence has shown that giving people cash as a way to address poverty actually works. In study after study, people don't stop working and they don't drink it away. They actually use it to increase their earnings. Interest in a basic income is surging, with governments debating it from Finland to Canada to Namibia.
By the way, speaking of Finland, I like this quote. I felt a great disturbance in the farce, as if millions of socialist voices suddenly cried out in terror and were suddenly silenced. I fear something rational has happened. So you got dipwad Robert Reich, Richard Branson, Mark Zuckerberg, Tesla guy Musk, Democrats, some Republicans, all pushing for giving non-working people money from the working people to do nothing. What could possibly go wrong with that? Well, now we know. 2 years after enthusiastically beginning its experiment with a universal basic income in which people are paid an unconditional salary by the state instead of benefits, Finland is abandoning the project as government enthusiasm wanes and additional funding requests are rejected. As a reminder, the Telegraph, newspaper in London, explains that universal basic income is a form of cash payment given to individuals without means testing or work requirements. In some models, this is at a rate sufficient to cover all living expenses. Well, it didn't seem to work out too well. Several countries have experimented with a universal basic income, including Finland, Canada, Kenya. Oh, that's where Barack Obama was born, right? Thought I'd throw that in. That just caused you to wake up, didn't it? Ha! And the Netherlands. And now Finland has killed the plan, according to The Guardian. Since January 2017, a random sample of 2,000 unemployed people aged 25. Can you imagine being unemployed at 25 and just getting a government check and thinking that's what the rest of your life is? At 25 years of age, you're thinking you're going to sit on your lard ass until you die and the government's going to take care of you. What does that lead to? What kind of deterioration of the mind, of morals, does that lead to? Since January of last year, a random sample of 2,000 unemployed people aged 25 to 58 have been paid a monthly £475 with no requirement to seek or accept employment. The government has also imposed stricter benefit plans, introducing legislation making some... I'm not done yet. Anyway, the bottom line is Finland found out it doesn't work. You can't get enough money because guess what? People demand more and more. And then they go to the politicians. And the politicians decide, oh, we should give them more and more. And it spirals out of control.
The Michael Brown Show continues after this.
Need a new roof? Call Excel Roofing at 303-761-6400.
Did you know there's a way to list your home to attract multiple offers and incite bidding wars? Hi, I'm Tom Martino. Do you know what it is? Don't feel bad. Neither do most real estate brokers. But Frank Duran, the real estate man, uses this system in all of his listings.
There's simply no substitute for drive, discipline, passion, and experience. And we give you that.
Frank Duran, part of RE/MAX Alliance. No one better. 303-920-1622. 920-1622.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
It will be mostly clear tonight with an overnight low of 38. A slight chance of some early morning showers tomorrow, then clearing to a high of 58. Sunny on Friday, a high of 73 degrees.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 244-4436 and 428.
This is your station for the 16K a day giveaway. Coming up at 5 after the hour on KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station.
He won't testify. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump's personal attorney, Michael Cohen, says he will invoke the Fifth Amendment in a lawsuit brought by porn actress Stormy Daniels, who claims she had an affair with President Trump more than 10 years ago.
A declaration signed and submitted in New York City earlier today reads in part, based on the advice of counsel, I will assert my Fifth Amendment rights in connection with all proceedings in this case due to the ongoing criminal investigation by the FBI and U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. And within the last few minutes, this tweet from Daniels' attorney, Michael Avenatti. This is a stunning development, he writes. Never before in our nation's history has the attorney for the sitting president invoked the Fifth Amendment in connection with issues surrounding the president. It is especially stunning to see as MC, or Michael Cohen, served as the fixer for Mr. Trump for over 10 years.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Cohen wants a civil suit filed by Stormy Daniels put on hold. The judge in that case wanted to hear from Cohen directly before making a final decision. The Senate expected to take up the nomination of Mike Pompeo for Secretary of State tomorrow. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is confident.
We'll be confirming him tomorrow, and there are now 5 Democrats who've come on board. There should have been a lot more. This nomination really shouldn't have been so contentious, but nevertheless, we have the votes, and he'll be confirmed tomorrow and be able to get started on representing our country abroad.
McConnell appearing on Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum. Former police officer Joseph James D'Angelo arrested in Sacramento, California. He's the prime suspect in the decades-old Golden State Killer case.
While the majority of these rapes and murders were committed, D'Angelo was a police officer in both Central and Northern California. In 1979, he was fired from law enforcement for shoplifting a hammer and a can of dog repellent.
Fox's Trace Gallagher, Fox News. Fair and balanced.
I'm having that 6:59 feeling again.
What?
You know, that mini panic attack right before the workday starts when you're sure you've forgotten something?
Nope, that's my favorite time of day. I work with Cintas, so I always know we're ready for the workday. They handle our uniforms, fire extinguishers, first aid, safety training, floor mats, and restroom supplies.
I think I need to call Cintas.
They might just make a morning person out of you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Learn how Cintas can help you get ready for the workday. Visit Cintas.com.
Your yard is not just a yard. It's a baseball diamond, a water park, a movie theater, and a grand banquet hall. Your yard is where memories are made, and you have the best seat in the house with the John Deere X350 Select Series tractor. Now equipped with the exclusive one-touch mulch control system, you can tell your clippings where to go, out the chute, or back into your lawn with just the push of a button. Nothing runs like family, and nothing runs like a Deere. Visit your local John Deere dealer to test drive one today.
Recording.
KHAL News Time, 6:03. I'm Kathy Walker. Unaffiliated voters are the largest voting bloc in Colorado. For years, they've been shut out of partisan primary elections, but now that's about to change in June's primary.
If you're unaffiliated, you can choose a primary to vote in or just wait until you're sent 2 ballots in the mail.
And so you choose either the Democratic ballot or the Republican ballot, but you cannot vote both. If you vote both, that invalidates your vote.
Secretary of State Wayne Williams says a survey found that about half of all unaffiliated voters were unaware that they can now vote in a primary election. You can get more information at youchoose.co.gov.
That's reporter Jerry Bell. A wildfire that destroyed 24 homes in El Paso County may have been started by a car dragging its muffler on I-25. Sheriff Bill Elder calls that the likely cause of the 117 fire. CDOT's latest safety campaign urging drivers to use the Do Not Disturb While Driving feature on their iPhones. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Orkin.
Heavy and slow drive continues here along the interstates. I-25 downtown at the Tech Center had the early Rockies game, so more traffic along the I-25 drive. Looks like there is an accident on that ramp from north on I-25 onto eastbound 70. That's causing delays. I-70, quite a drive there, both directions. 270 jammed up, 225, C470, 6th Avenue. There's an accident westbound Hamden after Sheridan, and an officer involved in a shooting at Closure, Colfax, and Quebec. Center's forecast, clear skies, a little breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, then sunny for the afternoon, a little windy with a high near 58. Right now, 65. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHAL.
Wet or dry, hot or cold, every season brings new bugs and rodents. That's why Orkin relies on the latest science to get rid of pests. Schedule an appointment today at Orkin.com. Orkin, pest control down to a science.
your shot at $1,000. Right now, text the keyword luck to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply. That's luck to 200-200.
Hey, Mikey.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
You know, because I like you guys, and because I know that you, sometimes you need something uplifting. You need something that enables you, if you just got off work, your boss chewed your rear end off, you weren't able to close the sale, customer's unhappy, the car needs fixed, the rugrats are going to be screaming when you get home, there's a big old honking bill you got to pay and you don't have the money for it. You're just... And the traffic sucks, you know, because it's Colorado and we don't know how to build roads. You know, I've always wondered, why is Colorado? Why do we not, when we build roads, because we have such funky weather, why do we not contract with these contractors to build roads 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? You go to other states. Like I keep traveling 470. And 470, you know, they're going to put in the HOV lane. Why don't they work on that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Put up those big honking lights. You got 2 crews, 3 crews, I don't know. And I know you pay a premium for it. But you pay a premium, but you get the road completed faster. Other states do it. I've traveled to other states where there's construction going on. And I don't mean just like repairs. I'm talking about redoing an entire interstate. And they've got the lights on, and they're working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But oh no, not in Colorado. We want to string it out as long as we can. I love this state. And there are days when I think this is the most back-assward state in the world. You know why? No, I'll be nice. Because I wanted to be uplifting. Back to the original point. All right, come on, get back on target here. You're tired, you're weary. You just need something uplifting this hour. I'm here to provide that for you. So wherever you are, you're at work, you're at home, you're listening in your car, you've got your earbuds in, however you're listening. Or maybe you'll be listening to the podcast later. So for those of you in the future that are listening to me talk now, but in the future, this is for you too. There's no need for an introduction. There's no need for anything. Because if you are a regular listener of this program, you will be ecstatic.
If you had to give some advice to President Trump, what advice would you give him?
Please resign so that I won't have to keep up this fight of your, having to be impeached because I don't think you deserve to be there. Just get out.
You know, Angie, I'm thinking right there is a promo.
Just get out.
What do you think?
Just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Just get out.
Feel better already, don't you? I knew you would. I'm like Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. Looking those people in the mirror. Feel better now? I knew you would. Because I knew that when I did this, you would feel better. Feel better now? I knew you would.
Just get out. Just get out.
Oh, you know who that is, Angie?
She sounds so familiar.
I know, but you just can't quite put your finger on it, can you?
No.
It's just like, is that my crazy aunt? Is that Is that my crazy sister?
Somebody
Is that my
that's
crazy wife? Oh, I can't say that because I'll get in big doo-doo over that one. Who is that?
Crazy cousin.
It's my crazy cousin. That's exactly right.
Second cousin, twice removed.
That's it. That's exactly right. Now I'll just say it's my crazy cousin down in Texas.
Okay.
She's a big liberal. Oh, speaking of crazy liberals, the mayor of Baltimore decided to get out among her people because nothing says I care like walking around the streets of Baltimore with security guards all around you. Now, Baltimore has been suffering from, as we all know, a huge wave of violence. And everybody in Baltimore kind of thought that was over because, well, after all, the murder rate for the first 3 months of this year has dropped significantly. This month, Baltimore has seen at least 29 murders. So the mayor, Catherine Pugh, decided to walk the streets. She thinks she has the answers.
The mayor tasked us to come outside and just walk and talk in the community and have a conversation.
Have a conversation. You know, that. Don't you miss Barack Obama? Don't you miss the days of our shared values? And let's just have a conversation. If the world would just have a conversation, you know, like if the world would just, what was that song? Just if the world would just sing a song and drink a Coke, everything would be hunky-dory. If we just have a conversation.
And hear it from the citizens who live in the 7 communities that we're doing the VRI, and just find out from them, like how are we doing and what things we need improvement on.
We've been neglected for a good while, and with its attention, and you can see the squalor here, this will help us get this area cleaned up.
You see the squalor here? The mayor walking around will help get that cleaned up. Because, you know, mayors for 100 years, Democrats, have created the squalor. So leave it to another Democrat to get rid of the squalor.
You got homeowners in this community, people like Inez and others who they don't tend to go anywhere. You know, they've owned their homes, they've invested in this neighborhood, and we've got to invest in this neighborhood.
We got to invest in this neighborhood. We got to spend some money. Now, where does the government get money to spend money? From businesses, from individuals. So what does she say?
We should be looking at the mix of businesses in this area. We ought to be making sure that recreation can take place in these neighborhoods.
Recreation. That's what we need. We need to take money from hardworking businesses and put in a rec center. Because you know what thugs want to do? Thugs want to go play basketball on a government-supplied basketball court. Mm-hmm. You know what thugs want to do? They want to go play parcheesi. They want to go play shuffleboard. They want to go swimming. So we need, hang on.
We got shake and bake down there. We're leveling parks. We're creating better places for our young people, and they need to be safe.
It's always hope. Never give up on hope. I'm not, and I hope the Baltimore City people don't give up on hope either.
She thinks hope's going to fix it. You know what else she said? She walked into a store, a convenience store, and she asked the owner, "How late are you open?" "We're open till 11:30 at night." And the mayor says, "Well, that's the problem. You see, you shouldn't be open past 9 o'clock because staying open late, well, the thugs hang around, and you're the problem." So the poor business owner who's trying to stay, he's probably working from, 5:30 in the morning until 11:30 at night, barely gets home, if he even gets home without getting mugged by the thugs. And then here's the mayor trying to tell him, you're staying open too late. You know what, Mayor? 3, 2, 1. Bite me.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Busy ride continues here along the interstates. Had the earlier Rockies game. Still a ton of traffic out here on the I-25 drive downtown at the Tech Center. Along I-70, heavy traffic. There's an accident on the ramp from I-72 north on I-25, adding 2 delays there. Officer involved in a shooting near Colfax and Quebec. Quebec shut down between 13th and Montview. Avoid the area. An accident westbound Hamden after Sheridan, and a crash in Littleton southbound Santa Fe approaching Hamden. Denver's forecast, clear skies, breezy tonight, low of 37. Tomorrow, could see some morning rain showers, and mostly sunny for the afternoon, a little breezy with high near 58, right now 65. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
Hey, it's Michael Brown here for Zoetic NRG. I've told you that a few years ago I would never have endorsed a solar company, but today, Zoetic NRG has changed the business model. They have introduced a plan that includes a no money down option, and they convert what was once a liability into an asset. And like me, you may have had preconceived notions about solar energy. Well, let's dispel those. Today's solar panels and today's solar business is not what it used to be, and that's why I endorse Zoetic NRG. You know, some of you have bought solar panels from Zoetic NRG, and you've written to tell me just how pleased you are with these guys and the work they did. And when they put solar panels on your roof, they're going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. All you need to do, call and meet these guys. Get a free quote. Call them today and tell them I sent you. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
No one, and I mean no one, will clean, check, and adjust your air conditioner for a better price at this level of service. Just $79 to clean and refurbish your AC. Fix it 24/7. They'll get into your system and practically disassemble it to get to the dirt, debris, and corrosion, which is the #1 killer on all ACs, not to mention the boost in efficiency you'll enjoy. 303-526-3939. With the no breakdown guarantee, 303-526-3939.
Tune into The Mortgage Doctor this and every weekend. When it's time to buy a new home, lower your house payment, consolidate your debts, Steve Haney is The Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 3 p.m. or Sundays at 8 a.m. and 1 p.m.
It's not easy being a mom, but my Chrysler Pacifica makes soccer practice a little more fun. I can binge all my shows with the available UConnect Theater, open the Stow and Go seating to grab my hidden romance novel, or just jam out to the radio.
Hey, Mom, what was that song?
Huh? What song? I didn't hear a song.
Chrysler Pacifica. It's loaded with attitude. Chrysler is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
You know, a lot of you are thinking about selling your home and getting one that you really want. But the fear that we all have. If I sell my house in this crazy market, can I actually find another one? Well, Bobby Bolden has been selling homes for 40 years in this market, and she knows all the tricks. She knows that getting your house sold in this market, that's not the trick. That's the easy part. But learning how to pick the best offer to make sure it closes with the least hassle and the top dollar for you, that's the trick. Well, Bobby teaches other realtors how to get top dollar for listings. That's why you need to use her. Plus, she does something that's pretty unique. When you list your home with Bobby, she's going to have it professionally staged, have HD photos taken of the house, and she pays for that out of her own pocket. Why? Because that enables her to sell your home for 10 to 12% more on average than you can without it. So if you're thinking about selling your home before you do anything else, I want you to call and meet Bobby. She's a great lady. She'll do a great job for you. Call her at 303-618-2000. That's 303-618-2000.
Americans are always on the move. They're in their car or at the office or working around the house. Americans refuse to sit still. So how do you connect with all those moving targets? Easy. With radio. Radio reaches 93% of Americans every week. More than Google, Facebook, and even television. But hey, who has time to sit and watch TV? So when you want to connect with all those constantly moving adults, teens, and millennials, get to iHeartMedia.com and put AM/FM radio to work for your company.
Save more with Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hey, Todd, Liberty Mutual just saved me $782.
Liberty did what?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Maybe I should switch to Liberty Mutual.
Visit us online to... Hey, stop echoing.
Sorry.
Visit us online to get a quote, and you could save $782. Liberty Mutual Insurance. Based on a recent countrywide new customer survey, coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company, Equal Housing Insurer.
Can we all agree that moms are pretty awesome? Angie, the producer here. My mom taught me how to be strong, independent, and of course, still be a lady. This Mother's Day, show your appreciation by giving your mom the gift of thicker, stronger, longer, and healthier hair. For a limited time only, Ovation Hair is offering a variety of exclusive Mother's Day gift sets. Choose from color therapy, volume, or their one-of-a-kind cell therapy system for an unbelievable price of $42.95. That's over $100 in savings. My mom and I have the same problem. We both have really thin hair. Ovation has worked for me, so I know she'll love it and it'll work for her too. That's why I'm taking advantage of this special price and stocking up for the both of us, and you should too. These exclusive sets are only available from now until May 10th. So hurry to ovationhair.com to save $100 on a Mother's Day gift set. Why wait? Join me and over 1 million happy Ovation customers worldwide. That's ovationhair.com. Do it for Mom.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We'll battle them for you. Give me a call coming up tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Father, can you hear me? How have I let you down? I curse the day that I was born.
Louisville, Kentucky is today's taxpayer relief shot.
That was my first thing was, oh my gosh. And he slept through the whole thing.
Bullets flying in Portland in a deadly police shooting. A suspect exchanging gunfire with officers and a mother fearing for the safety of her 6-month-old child. Police shot and killed that robbery suspect.
The officers placed on administrative duty. That's standard procedure. It happened just after noon at 29th and St. Xavier Streets.
Wave 3 News reporter sharing you live at LMPD headquarters tonight. This is the second person shot and killed by police in Jefferson County in 2 days.
That's right, Shannon, and it's 7 officer-involved shootings in our area since the beginning of this year, but that's including shootings outside of Jefferson County. But more recently, in the past month or so, LMPD has been involved in 3 different shootings.
When asked about the number of officer-involved shootings he had to debrief, LMPD Chief Conrad only had this to say.
More than normal.
LMPD now involved in a second investigation this month, this time things escalating from an alleged robbery at Metro PCS. Police say the suspects then ran to a neighborhood near 29th and St. Xavier Streets in Portland. That's where officers recognized him, leading to gunfire.
So a lot of gunfire on the side of the building, windows coming out, and just several ammunition being shot.
As the owner of the building, James Clarkson says he's thankful no one was injured. The building can be fixed up, he says.
Just wait to see how much damage is done, and then repair it, and then I guess go on further with whatever, just make sure it's a safe place. Right behind the police department, so we never experienced nothing this bad ever.
But still, it's a memory this mother will never forget. Victoria Logsden says she lives in the building that Clarkson owns with her boyfriend and her 6-month-old baby.
It actually scared me a whole bunch because my boyfriend told me constantly that Portland's not a good area, that, it's not what it used to be. My grandparents talk about growing up down here, how they loved it, and it's not what it used to be.
Police say they will be releasing the body camera footage tomorrow and answering more questions in a news conference. The Metro PCS manager tells us that he's not at liberty to release any of that surveillance video. He can tell us that he is lucky to be alive.
And he bites the dust. San Antonio. I think this is the 3rd or 4th San Antonio taxpayer relief shot this week.
Downtown San Antonio, there has been an officer-involved shooting at a local hotel.
This is at the Embassy Suites in the 100 block of Houston Street near Soledad. This is where we find Katrina Weber. And Katrina, we understand police have confirmed the man who was shot is dead.
That's right. Chief William McManus briefed us just a little while ago, confirming that it was a deadly shooting. The man who was killed was in his 40s. The police officers involved, we understand, are with Park Police and also Bike Patrol. Now, we have got an ongoing investigation here. I'll just move out of the way so you can see all of the units that are out here surrounding the hotel, as well as the police department's mobile crime scene unit. Chief McManus told us that this began around 5:30 this morning with a strange man in the lobby of this hotel. He ran away from staff members, went up to the second floor, then caught an elevator up to the 5th floor, where police say he tried to force his way into a room with a gun. They say he was unsuccessful there, but didn't give up.
He made his way to the 7th floor, and that's when officers arrived on the scene. They get off the elevator, and as soon as they turned the corner, they encountered the man with the gun. Shots were fired. He went down.
He went down. You know, the sad part is he was just trying to get the free breakfast at the Embassy Suites. Fort Worth, Texas. Roberto Rodriguez of Richardson, Texas, wanted an affordable iPhone for his 11-year-old daughter. So he turned to Facebook Marketplace. See, I told you Facebook's a dangerous place. He had no idea before the exchange was over, though, that he would have to shoot 2 people. While Rodriguez was at an Easter party with his family on April 1st, he thought he had found the right deal. $175 for an iPhone 7. So he and his wife, Fernanda, took their 3 kids to the East Fort Worth apartment complex the seller directed him toward. I was about to go alone, Roberto told the Star-Telegram. I should have gone alone. They arrived about 8 p.m. at the Asher Apartments between Randall Mill Road and Interstate 30, where an 18-year-old named Otis Lenoir was waiting for him in the parking lot. When Roberto got out of his SUV, Lenoir and 3 other men attacked him, punching, kicking, and dragging him to the rear of his vehicle, while Fernanda and the kids watched, horrified. Roberto began to crawl back toward the car, where he kept a cheap little Hi-Point 380 in the door. I'm pretty sure their plan was to rob me completely, like steal my SUV and my wallet. I had $1,800 in my wallet because earlier I wanted to buy a money order to pay rent, but I didn't get a chance. He said he got hold of his gun and fired 5 to 7 rounds as he wrestled with his attackers, wounding 2 of them while another ran from the scene. You know, thugs are just a bunch of cowards. Yep. You pull your 380 out, little snub nose, you start firing. They run like cockroaches. During the scrum, Fernanda grabbed a 12-inch screwdriver from the vehicle and attacked one of the robbers as well. Now, that's my kind of woman. Your husband's out there, he's getting beat up, he's crawling back to the door to get his gun. You grab the screwdriver and you go after one of the thugs. Man, that's a real woman right there. She said, my 11-year-old was screaming. She was shaking for hours after that. She thought we were going to die. A MedStar spokesman confirmed that 2 adult males with gunshot wounds were taken to Texas Health Harris Methodist Hospital after the shooting. You want to see one of the thugs? You think that's after he started getting shot at? Yep, I think so too. Causes his hair to go bing. Let's see. His gun and the screwdriver were taken as evidence. Rodriguez told the Star-Telegram, so he's, I love this. They took my 380 as evidence. So what did I do? I went out and bought another gun, and I keep it in the same spot as the one that I used to thwart those attackers, right there in my car door. Rodriguez told the newspaper, I'm so thankful for the Second Amendment, but people also need to watch out on these exchanges from Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. It's not always safe. Woohoo! Woman came home to find the man who was stalking her in the closet, so she fatally shot him. Greenville County deputies said a suspected burglar is dead after being shot by a resident who discovered the intruder Friday morning. Deputies said they were called to the apartment complex just after 8 in the morning after a person living there came home and found the suspect in the home. The resident fired at least 1 round, retreated outside to call and to wait for law enforcement. Deputies around said they found the suspect dead in the master bedroom closet. It's kind of sad. You're hiding in the closet, you die in the closet.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Staples.
Busy ride continues out here. A number of these highways coming out of the tech center. Heavy traffic with the crash on northbound 225. Approaching DTC Tamarack, running heavy from I-25 on up past that crash. Also an accident on the end of the ramp from I-70 to northbound I-25. Right lane, northbound I-25 blocked. Southbound I-25 still very heavy from downtown at the tech center. An accident westbound Hamden after Sheridan. Crash southbound Santa Fe approaching Hamden and Quebec. Shut down between 13th and Montview. Police activity. Denver's forecast tonight, clear skies, little breezy, low of 37. Tomorrow to be sunny with a high near 58. Right now, 66. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Staples has low prices on a huge selection of ink, paper, and the latest printers. And now get the HP LaserJet Pro M203 DW for just $129.99 this week only at Staples, your total printing solution. While supplies last, valid on SKU 2444436 and 428.
You and I know that every gun that we buy retail at a gun store is a gun that's built for the masses. And if you're like me, you want something that's custom made, or at least altered in a way that fits exactly what we're looking for. And that's where Gunsmith at Large comes in. Parker Wiley, the owner of Gunsmith at Large, loves what he does. He serves his country, and quite frankly, well, he's one of us. So if you're shooting and finding it uncomfortable, maybe you ought to install a proper recoil pad. Maybe you ought to have your stock fit to your body so that you don't shoot uncomfortably. Maybe adding porting or a muzzle brake, or your firearm's not only more comfortable then, but its accuracy and its beauty, it's enhanced. Well, Gunsmith at Large works on all types of firearms. They can help you with your build, almost anything that you need. I want you to call Gunsmith at Large. Talk to Parker yourself. You're going to love this guy, and you're going to especially love the work that he does. So give him a call, 720-662-7156. 720-662-7156.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens, Baths, Windows and Doors. Here's a sad story. A customer from some years back called my son Todd, our company's president, for some help. They moved and were working with the big boys. The problem? Remodeling nightmare. You know the drill. Communication, deadlines, quality, disrespect, a poor experience. I asked, why didn't she call us? Todd?
To save a little money. And guess what? No money saved and a lot of heartache. Look, in remodeling, stuff happens. But Dad, like you've taught me all my life, it's not what happens, it's what we do about what happens that really counts. When we take care of our customers, they take care of us. And we will never leave a customer out in the cold.
For sure, Todd. So folks, let us take care of you. Call us and get special pricing for select install dates, because this year's schedule is filling fast. Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
Nothing improves a home like new windows from K&H Home Solutions. And now get $500 off every window you buy. That's an extraordinary deal from a company you can trust. In business 62 years, and a company I've personally used again and again. With K&H, you get beauty, durability, energy efficiency, and value. Not to mention $500 off every window you buy. Call for details, 303-421-7100. K&H was the first window company on my referral list at referralist.com. I've known the owner, Ted Rowland, 25 years. You can rely on K&H. They did the windows in my home years ago, and they've done windows for all my closest friends. Book your own appointment online at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. Don't take chances with your home. You can trust KH Home Solutions at khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com.
When you're hiring, you don't want to sort through dozens of irrelevant resumes. You want an efficient way to get to a short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. Post a job in minutes. Set up screener questions based on your job requirements. Then zero in on qualified candidates using our intuitive online dashboard. Discover why 3 million businesses use Indeed for hiring. Post a job today at Indeed.com/hire. Search for greatness. Search Indeed.
Every home is unique. That's why I, the Orkin man, rely on science.
Come on in. Honey, will you turn that off?
Wow. Tent in the family room?
Yup. This little lady's trying to earn her Calico Camper badge, but we can't go outside.
Mosquitoes?
Yeah, they have us stuck indoors.
Well, if you want to take this camp back outside, I can use the latest science from our entomologist to help protect your yard from mosquitoes.
But do you get a badge for that?
Yep, this red one right here. Orkin. Pest control down to a science. Visit Orkin.com for a free estimate.
I grew up in a military family, and that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you, and American Financing thanks you for your service, and want to see that you receive the greatest savings when it comes to owning a home on the land you once defended. When using your VA benefits, there's no down payment and no mortgage interest required, and you'll receive some of the lowest rates in the industry. If you're already in a mortgage, it's no problem. You can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan while receiving access to 100% of your home's value. That's greater than any other loan program can offer, and even though it's called a VA loan, it's available to active duty military and spouses as well, so you don't have to wait to take advantage of such incredible savings. A salary-based mortgage consultant will listen to your financial goals and customize a loan program to fit your needs. Just call 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
Don't wanna discuss it. Think it's time for a change. You may get disgusted. Start thinking that I'm strange. The kids are going to ground. Get some heavy rest. Never have to worry about what is worst or what is best. Get it. Oh, domino. All right. Romeo, Romeo, there you go. Lord have mercy. I said, oh, domino. Romeo, Romeo.
Congressman Doug Lamborn from down in the Springs. For those of you listening out of state, this is in El Paso County, Colorado Springs, a very Republican, very red congressional district. Doug Lamborn has been the congressman from Colorado's 5th District for 6 years now, I think. He tried to petition on to the ballot, and he did so by hiring petition gatherers, signature gatherers, and apparently in violation of state law. Now, forget whether you agree with the law or not, but state law in Colorado requires that people who gather signatures for these petitions must be residents of the state of Colorado. That's the law. The Colorado Supreme Court took his case after a district court decision and has kicked him off the GOP primary ballot. They found that a petition gatherer that was working for the campaign did not live in the state at the time that he was gathering signatures. So that made the signatures invalid, and that put the congressman below the threshold for ballot access. Here are the numbers. He needed signatures from 1,000 registered Republicans in the district. He turned in 1,783 signatures, but only 1,269 got the stamp of approval. The Denver Post reports that shortly thereafter a lawsuit was filed by 5 Republican congressmen. That's a story in of itself. The Denver District Court ruled that one of these gatherers was not a resident. That invalidated 58 signatures that this particular gatherer, signature collector, had collected. Then the district court found that the other, who had gathered more 269 signatures, was valid. But the Supreme Court rejected that ruling. The Supreme Court said, the statute says what the statute says. Now, I look upon the Colorado Supreme Court as a pretty liberal Supreme Court, But I happen to agree with them in this case. The statute, now, you can argue the constitutionality of the statute, which I'll mention in a second, but I think that will fail. You can argue that the statute is clear on its face, in that if you're going to hire people to gather signatures to get on the ballot, those signature gatherers must be residents of the state. The court's ruling left Congressman Lamborn 58 signatures short of the 1,000. The court concluded with this statement: "We recognize the gravity of our conclusion, but Colorado law does not permit us to conclude otherwise." Ballyhoo. Bravo to the Colorado Supreme Court for looking at the plain language of the statute, saying, oh, the Colorado legislature, in its infinite wisdom, said that signature gatherers must be residents of the state. 2 of your signature gatherers were not residents at the time they gathered the signatures, and in fact have not become residents. So those signatures are invalidated. So you don't make the ballot. Sorry, but that's what the rules say. Now, he could file a federal lawsuit and try to have the residency requirement stricken as unconstitutional. I don't think that will succeed, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But here's the more important point. Now, I know Doug somewhat, the congressman, but for Pete's sake, you're a freaking United States congressman. You got a staff. You got a staff out the wazoo. Can't you follow the law? Can't you do your due diligence to make certain that the people that you're hiring meet the statutory requirements? I have no sympathy. I have zero sympathy. It's not like this is your first race, bucko. You've been the congressman for 6 years, 3 terms. He thinks that, or his lawyer thinks that, they can get the residency requirement thrown out as unconstitutional. And they rely upon I think they will rely upon a case from 1988 called Meyer versus Grant. The syllabus is simply this: a Colorado statute allows a proposed state constitutional amendment to be placed on a general election ballot if its proponents can obtain the signatures of at least 5% of the blah, 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 whatever. But it makes it a felony to pay petition circulators. Concluding they would need the assistance of paid personnel to obtain the required signatures within the allotted time, the proponents of the constitutional amendment that remove motor carriers, blah, 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 I don't want to read all of that. Where's the decision? Held, the statutory prohibition against the use of paid circulators abridges the appellee's right to engage in political speech in violation of the First and 14th Amendments. And I think that's what they'll try to claim, is that because of this 1988 case that said, wait a minute, you can't use paid circulators. The court said, wait a minute, that is a violation of your First and 14th Amendment. You can use paid circulators. So the legislature came back and said, in light of this 1988 case, okay, fine. If it's unconstitutional to prohibit paid circulators, paid signature gatherers, let's at least require them to be residents of the state. I think that's reasonable. I think that, how does that violate your First Amendment? How does that violate the 14th Amendment? I don't think that it does. So, in Colorado's 5th Congressional District, we have a congressman that couldn't figure out how to follow the law. And now they're going to try to invalidate the law by saying that somehow it violates his First and 14th Amendment. I think that will fail. And with all due respect to Doug Lamborn, who is a nice enough guy, your staff failed you. You failed you. The law is the law. And we've known this. It's a matter of a U.S. Supreme Court decision. The Colorado legislature wrote the statute in response to a Supreme Court decision. and you can't figure that out, then I'm not sure you should be a congressman.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is brought to you by the Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area.
Heading out of the tech center, slowdowns on northbound 225 with an accident. Northbound 225 approaching DTC Tamarack, running crowded there from I-25, sluggish up toward Parker Road. South on I-25, still busy, traveling from downtown to the tech center, and northbound direction looking better. Big delays in Inglewood, westbound Hamden after Sheridan. That's an accident. Also crash in Littleton, southbound Santa Fe, approaching Hamden. And police activity, Quebec, shut down between 13th and Montview. Then with forecast, clear skies tonight, little breezy, low of 37. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 58. Right now to 66. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
The Flood Control District of the 7-county metro area, protecting people, property, and our environment. Sign up for early flood alerts at udfcd.org. That's udfcd.org for early flood alerts.
Visit Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk for exhilarating gaming action and non-stop thrills. Play the hottest new slot machines or grab a seat at our exciting table games, including craps, roulette, and blackjack. Grab a bite to eat at Otis and Henry's restaurant and indulge in mouth-watering burgers. Then end your night in one of our luxurious hotel rooms. Plan your trip to Lady Luck Casino Blackhawk today. Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Spring into action and put the food you love back on your menu. Just because you're gluten-free doesn't mean you can't enjoy breads, hamburger, and hot dog buns, pancakes, cupcakes, and so much more. Gluten-Free Things is a local gluten-free and vegan bakery. Look them up online, glutenfreethings.com.
Hey, Michael Brown for Zoetic NRG. A few years ago, I told you that I would never have endorsed a solar company, but today, Zoetic NRG has changed the business model. They have introduced a plan that includes a no money down option, and they convert what was once a liability into an asset. And like me, you might have had preconceived notions about solar energy. Let's dispel those. Today's solar panels and today's solar business is not what it used to be, and that's why I endorse Zoetic NRG. Some of you have recently bought Zoetic NRG systems and have told me just how happy you are with them. Well, you ought to join that group. And when they put solar panels on, they're also going to insulate your attic and put in a smart home thermostat for free. That saves you even more money. So, really easy. All you need to do is just call them and get a free quote. You're going to love these guys, and you're going to love this system. Call Zoetic NRG today. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
They say that two things are inevitable, death and taxes. Well, I'll add another, increasing electricity prices. Hi, it's Ross Kaminsky, and after a lot of consideration, I had a solar generation system installed on my home last year. And I want you to do the same with Bright Street Energy, the same folks whose solar panels are on my roof. It adds value to your home, and it's great to know that when other people's electricity prices go up, yours don't. Schedule your free solar consultation today at brightstreet.com. That's BRITE street.com.
You know, if you've been in a car wreck, probably the biggest pain is going to be dealing with the insurance company. Well, here's some free advice for you. When the insurance company says they accept full responsibility, I can tell you they are not agreeing to pay all of your damages. In fact, let me tell you what their business model is. The insurance company is designed to do one thing if they're paying you, and that is to pay you the least amount of money possible. Well, the job of a personal injury attorney is to make the insurance company treat you fairly and pay what you're entitled to according to the policy. And I know lawyers. I used to be one. So when I recommend a personal injury attorney, it's because I know how they practice law. And that's why I endorse John Fuller. He's not going to charge you a dime to talk to him, so call and get a free consultation. And the other reason I recommend John is this. He's the one handling your case, not a bunch of associates. When you hire John for your car accident, you get John. Give him a call. Have a free conversation. 303-597-4500 or online, personalinjuryco.com.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Retirees have lots of financial questions and need to make lots of decisions. You want to get them right. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 630 KHOW. You're invited to attend my free retirement classes this Saturday morning, April 28th. The first class will tax mistakes derail your retirement. If you saved a lot for retirement, taxes could be your largest expense. What can you do to reduce your taxes? And the second class, markets go up and up until they don't. Where should your money be now? In these classes, I'll share important concepts and questions you need to consider to make the right decisions for your financial future. Seats are limited. Enroll now, and I'll see you on Saturday, April 28th. For more information, go to registercolorado.com. That's registercolorado.com, or call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
If you or someone you know is blind from retinitis pigmentosa, there may now be light at the end of the tunnel. Known as the Second Sight Argus II retinal prosthesis system, this is the only FDA-approved treatment for end-stage retinitis pigmentosa. Find out more by calling 800-499-7620. Call 800-499-7620 to learn more about an FDA-approved system that provides some artificial vision for those blinded by retinitis pigmentosa. Once again, the number to call is 800-499-7620. Call now. Argus 2 is indicated for patients who are completely blind due to retinitis pigmentosa. Possible side effects that may require further treatment include wound reopening, low eye pressure, serious infection in the eye, and retinal detachment. For more information, including all potential risks associated with the device and procedure, call 800-499-7620. That's 800-499-7620, or visit our website at info.secondsight.com.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, seamstress for the band, pretty eye, pirate smile, you marry a music man. Ballerina.
Senator Cory Gardner was on television the other day talking about Donald Trump's cabinet nominations. And he said this.
Hey, Senator, you guys just aren't functioning. You're leaving a lot of nominees just out in the wilderness. Mitch McConnell will not make you guys work 7 days a week to get that 20 hours needed. So therefore, this 3-day-a-week work week is leaving everybody, leaving the president playing more than one man and woman down. So next is Gina Haspel. Next is going to be Ronnie Jackson for VA. What's happening with them? They're not in front of your committee, but they'll be on the floor. What do you think?
That's correct. I think you'll see the same kind of unprecedented obstruction that we have witnessed already. I believe we should be here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's
You're lying. You're lying. You like just working 3 days a week.
a lot of members that feel that way, but they're going to make us spend 30 hours on every single one of these nominees because they dislike the outcome of the election. They dislike President Trump so much that they're going to do everything they can to create roadblocks, obstruction, and log jams.
Here's the truth. The Senate could change the rules if they wanted to. I believe that presidents are entitled to the cabinets that they choose. There are exceptions. If someone is wholly unqualified, that would come out in the committee hearing, and that would come out in the vote. But I think that the way the Constitution is set up, the president gets to choose his cabinet, the Senate gets to give advice and consent. And if they choose not to give the consent, don't give the consent. But don't just keep dragging things out because you got some dumbass rule about 30 hours of debate and you're only meeting for 3 days a week and only 2 hours a day count as actual legislative time. You can put holds on. You have to have you have to have 2/3 to stop debate so that you can to pass cloture so you can get the nominee to the floor. All of those are just rules. And the Senate can change its rules. What Senator Gardner doesn't have the guts to tell you is nobody's willing to go to Mitch McConnell and say, let's change the rules. Let's require simple majorities on these nominees. Let's get rid of the holds that senators can put on nominees, and let's just start having committee hearings, cram these things through, have an up or down vote. If they pass, they pass. If they fail, they fail. And I would say that for a Democrat president. In fact, let me say that for a Democrat president. I think that should be the rule regardless of who's in office. Why? Because the underlying principle is simple. A president cannot do his job, whether you agree with his policies or not. He gets elected, or she. And if he or she gets elected, they're entitled to have that cabinet. The Senate, in this case Democrats and Republicans, are playing games and lying to you. And nobody has the guts, including Cory Gardner, to go to Mitch McConnell and say, let's change the rules. You know why? Because they're afraid that at some point they'll be in the minority again. And when they're in the minority, and if there's a Democrat president, why, now the rules have been changed, and that Democrat president is going to get his cabinet. To which I say, so what? That's the way it's supposed to work. I just get tired of you being lied to. And sometimes it's overt lying, and sometimes it's lying by omission. Well, you know, we all want to work harder, and I think we should be here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. BS. You don't believe that any more than you believe in man in the moon. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to go up against your leadership because you're the chairman of the committee, and you don't want to lose and you're the chairman of the National Republican Senatorial Committee, and you don't want to lose that power. You don't want to lose that authority. Instead of doing what's right, Mitch McConnell and all these establishment Republicans, including Cory Gardner, are a bunch of goobers. I may not think Donald Trump is the greatest president in the world, but I do believe, and frankly, Barack Obama, I couldn't stand half his cabinet. Are you kidding me? Half his cabinet were a bunch of crooks. Well, one in particular we know of. Eric Holder, another crook. But if that's who Barack Obama wanted, that's who Barack Obama should have gotten. And if Donald Trump wants Bozo the Clown to be the secretary of whatever, give it to him. Good grief. The migrant caravan is about to reach the... I don't have time to do this story. So you know what we're going to do, Angie? We're going to instead... I can't get to it. Here it is. Instead, I think we should end the program on a high note tonight. Instead of ending the program on some downer, instead of ending the program tonight on something about... I got stories over here about Duke University, guns are not as big a problem as people think. The migrant caravan's about to... Oh, this story about Penn State is hilarious. And the NRA fundraising record. We'll do those stories tomorrow. Instead, we'll close out tonight with this.
If you had to give some advice to President Trump, what advice would you give him?
Please resign so that I won't have to keep up this fight of your, having to be impeached because I don't think you deserve to be there. Just get out.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.
Haven't filed your taxes in years? Get your peace of mind